But Sam, I don't know if you know about this, but there's a different format for boulder. So it's a knockout format on the final climb. So not everyone will get to climb boulder number 4, which is kind of cool, I think.
Yeah, it's kind of cool. This is always a fun event to test things at. Remember last year we had the 2-minute format that was split up that had a little bit of controversy around it.
Same this year as well, so it's
we got 2 minutes, but this one it'll be really, really fun.
All right, well, Nimrod Tusnadi runs onto the stage. He just got into this finals in the 68s, I think, his score. And he'll be joined by someone who was here last year, Manu Cornu. And if memory serves me, Manu didn't climb on the final boulder last year. His teammate won the competition, though. Yeah. It's good to see Manu back in action, but he didn't climb quite as well as I thought he would this morning. He was down in the low 60s, so he's got some work.
Honestly, with this level of math, with this new format, with the point system, it might not be as well reflective of how he actually does. So I have some faith in him. That'll be a strong potential favorite, maybe behind Shota.
Exactly there. Ke Kong Tao comes on. I was talking to him during lunch, his first IFSC finals, and he's so excited just to be here in the building.
Met him earlier. He lives in Australia, but grew up in Malaysia and spends a lot of time there. So super cool guy.
Yes, he is. He was fueling up at lunch. I can't remember what he had. I think he was having some pasta, just to give you a tip. Right, Tilla Radix comes on from Hungary, second Hungarian athlete in this final.
We're gonna come now to the last 2 athletes.
And after that, we've got 2 gentlemen who performed out their skins earlier on. Michael O'Neill from Ireland. 4 flashes out of 4, maximum points for him, and he's looking confident.
Yeah, these routes are not easy. Like, some people might think, oh, 4 flashes from 2 athletes. Like, is it a soft comp? These routes are definitely international standard level climbs right now.
Absolutely, and then Sota Amagasa did the same thing, 4 out of 4 for him. And on paper, this man wins this competition.
Absolutely. I think our heavy favorite, Sota Amagasa, won multiple World Cups and is in this kind of pretty strong position.
Yeah. Nimrod walks out onto the stage, and the audience has gathered here. It's kind of cool, this audience, because it's mainly athletes and coaches.
Yeah, athletes and coaches, and I believe some Saudi and like kind of around the GCC local like climbing community. So a lot of the really cool, like just psyched gym climbers got invited out here and are watching the comp.
Awesome. All right, well, here we go. First go. Remember, he's seen a video. He knows theoretically how to do this. It's just executing. And a big move up and a kick of the feet onto that hold on the right. That's the zone hold, worth 10 points.
The math is so interesting that you change the dynamic of a zone just being a tiebreaker versus a zone being, so now 4 tops is this, or 4 zones is the same as a top at this point. So.
Yeah, and 30 points for him. So that's a flash, maximum points, and you would get -1 for every failed attempt. But it was a quick one, and probably the easiest of the set, to be fair.
Most likely, yeah. With that, it's quite interesting. Let's see if the rest of the round, if it's that easy. Hopefully, not only flashes. You never really want to see that, but we'll see.
Yes, you are right. And you can see his middle finger taped up there. Whoop band on as well. You use Whoop band, don't you?
I do use a Whoop. It's becoming very popular among the athletes to kind of really start tracking their data, which is really, really funny because climbing used to have the root in, like, you know, you wouldn't care at all and you sleep in a van, but now we're all professional athletes trying to sleep 8 hours a night.
I'm scared to put one on. I don't really want to know how terrible my lifestyle is.
Oh, that's all right. I tell people, if your goal is not to be the max professional athlete where you're trying to just be the best, like that's your only goal, go have fun. It's completely fine. It does not matter.
The world record holder tells me that. I'm going to go have fun now. Well, Manu Cornu onto the stage. He loves coming here to this competition. He's back in the finals, and he will have known there was a flash on this as well. Highly likely, anyway.
Yeah, highly likely for a flash because maybe like took what 40 seconds a minute out, so he would know.
All right, so up he goes with the left hand. Easy campus up, and he's looking in total control here. Left hand onto the crimp. Ears above his head and then flicks those feet in. He's a move away. Easy stuff from Manu here.
So it looks like quite the easy boulder for the first one, but we'll see. I do wonder, since there's not so much crowd here, there's a good few pair people, but there's not a ton of crowd, so you wouldn't necessarily know when you're waiting if, say, like, he gets really close to a top and then he falls, but you could hear the applause for maybe just a top.
Yeah, that's a very good point, actually, Sam, yeah. So I wonder how much clues they'll get, but Manu knew he had to do it fast anyway. And just, I mean, look, this is boulder number 1. This one does appear to be quite easy, but do you remember the setters also, most of these boulders were done in the middle of the day, where there's a big temperature difference. So I wonder if that's played a part as well.
Yeah, I wonder. So like in speed, it was just so much harder to climb with the sun beating down on you. And then maybe they didn't consider, like, climbing on slopers in the middle of the day is so much harder because you're sweating and the rubber and all that. But we'll see, we'll see.
Yeah, okay, Qualto comes onto the stage now, looking a little bit nervous, as you would for your first ever IFSC finals. This is exciting stuff from a Malaysian athlete.
I think 19 years old. I wonder, I haven't really seen him on the youth scene, so is this his first IFSC event at all? Or
that is a good question. I don't know. But I know it was his first finals. I think I've seen him around at IFSC events. Oh, look at that. He hasn't even bothered to put a foot on.
Oh, wow.
And Willie. He does now, okay. That was impressive stuff. So easy campers for him. But now, for the first time, we've seen an athlete hesitate, and he's matching this crimp.
Yeah, it went with the right hand as a bump, as a campus. So maybe not the most energy efficient thing to do, but let's see if he'll save it.
Yeah, I think he might have to drop down and then readjust the hand.
There we go.
Yeah. Well, suddenly we're seeing a bit of a fight for the first time here as he puts a right heel in.
And keep in mind, he's only got 2 minutes and he's used 45 seconds off of his clock already, but let's see if he can get to the top move.
That's a good point, Sam. Yeah, that clock ticks down so much faster, and he might have burnt a bit of energy on that match and swap. He's got to match it, show control with 2 hands on it, just about. That was close.
That was a tough one. The results will not say it because it's still a flash, but so we'll see.
Yeah, he certainly made me a little bit nervous because I thought he was in cruise control up until that little mistake. Well, this was the top. He did show control despite that little shake. That's enough for the judges.
We need a route setter's cam as their first boulder's getting flashed by everyone. We need a little that kind of shows off the reactions.
I could just imagine that conversation where I tell them that's going to happen. I think I get thrown out. It would not be good.
Whenever the beta gets broken, just to see their faces would be comedy.
I would love it. I think I'd get murdered. All right, well, we're halfway through boulder number 1. Attila Radix is out next from Hungary. He's waiting in the arch. And interestingly, remember the athletes, because I'm saying this is Manu Korn who walks off, they are allowed to watch the other climbers. It's, you know, there's no ISO in this competition.
Yeah.
Which is fascinating.
Yeah, quite interesting that that's the way they're going about it, but kind of cool to see.
Okay, so here we go. Can we make it 4 out of 4 in terms of flashes? Brings the left hand over.
See if he'll go for the foot.
Very strong.
He's gone with the right hand as well, with the left hand, but the correct hand is what I mean.
It seems the hold in the middle is not really being used too much.
Oh, it's a good point, Sam. Maybe it's a block.
It doesn't really. I thought that too, but if you look at it, the hold is the zone hold is so small that it's not really being blocked.
No, true. Yeah, an interesting one. Yeah, you're talking about that super hold there by his right knee.
Yeah, that one wasn't really being, because I thought it was maybe a catch as well, but
that's a good spot. Well, the score down at the bottom, maximum 30 points per boulder, 10 points for a zone. Of course, that 10 points is eradicated if you get to the top, because 30 is worth more, and -1 for each failed attempt. I'm amazed our drone pilot doesn't drive into one of these cliffs. I know there are sensors, but still.
Yeah. It was funny, last year they actually had the venue a bit to the right, but if you look at the drone shot above, it's actually nestled in the mountains a little bit better, kind of looks like.
Blends in a bit better, doesn't it? Okay, so Michael comes out, and remember this man flashed 4 out of 4 in the qualifying round, so he's yet to drop a boulder. From Ireland. Quite a strong climbing scene in Ireland generally. I always think of them just as trad climbers, but there's a good bit of bouldering in sport.
Oh, really? Do they have the same thing as British trad climbing, where it's like the really scary system?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad that culture is strong.
Yeah, even more so in some parts of Ireland. And He's certainly very strong as he launches in, shoulder muscles standing out as he finds that left crimp on the zone.
Think about the confidence when, just as I said, but think about the confidence as you've not fallen in this entire event, and you're in the finals.
Yep, and once again, that's 5 out of 5 for this man. Well, I think Sota Amagasa's likely to climb boulder number 1, so we will not need our... Oh, I'm saying this now, I'm going to curse him completely, aren't I? But theoretically, if Sota climbs it, it means our second round of 2 minutes won't be used. So we will move on, I think, straight away to boulder number 2. But of course, he's got to do it first of all. He's whoop banded up as well.
Yeah. Well, quite the many few whoop users.
Do you share whoop data? Is that a thing?
No, so we actually have a group. I have a group with a lot of like the international speed climbers.
Okay.
I wonder I should invite everyone in the IFSC to be in a group chat.
Yes, please.
But you can like compete to see who is the best recovery and the best sleep. And all that.
I kind of want to be part of this group.
I
haven't got a whoop band.
You can use my referral code.
Okay, thank you. There we go. By the way, we're not flogging you. We should really stop talking about this. I'm going to get fired, isn't it? Well, I am. You'll be fine. So to Amagasa then from Team Japan.
Maybe I'll get a sponsorship. They'll fire you.
Are you not already?
No. You can get it. I think I probably could get it for free if I asked like really heavily. But I've been using it for 3 years now almost. So.
Right, Sota launching up. Super confident from him.
He might do this boulder in the quickest time. That's under 20 seconds.
Yes. Well, I think we can probably say maybe slightly undercooked this boulder number 1. A bit too easy for this level of athletes, but they've all dealt with it quickly, and they'll turn their attention quickly to boulder number 2.
So yeah, I wonder if they underestimated the sort of the newer country climbers on the scene, and they gave a bit of an easier boulder, but we'll see. Yeah. Hopefully the next round will be a bit easier if we don't see any route setters running out and taking some holds off the wall.
That would be funny. Yes, I mean, look, it's happened to me a few times. This one doesn't mean the rest of the round is undercooked, and also they might have just had an easy one at the beginning to get some points on the board, so we will wait and see. Oh. That graphic on a speedball, so could you climb the speedball? Someone asked me, actually, can speed climbers do it blindfolded?
So my blindfolded PR is like 5'8" now, I believe.
Oh, I see. Right, boulder number 2 then. It's time to head over to the right-hand side of the wall where the overhang is. Yeah, there's the graphic we're talking about on that speedball. It would be interesting. I can't believe you do a sub-6 second blindfolded.
I tried really hard. I spent like a full session on it when I was like, it was after some competition that I like wanted to just say, I want to try and speed climb blindfolded as much as like, or like, you know, get it down. And it's mostly just luck. Like, it's mostly just like you get through it, and then if you don't miss the holds at the top, like think about like running a probability chance for every single move and then getting to the top. But maybe I'll try to get to sub 5 on blindfolded. But
you've beaten like 99% of the population with your eyes shut, basically, which is quite incredible.
I could not do it consistently though.
Okay, done it once. Right, Nimrod is up and underway here.
All right, let's see. I like this first move, bicycle. It's very interesting. I think it would kind of use a lot of your energy to start. You have to get off it quick.
Get that too. Well, he's powering his way through to the halfway point here. That's the zone, not a flash attempt. Now, no text holds. Are we going to see this camera?
Camera angle.
It's probably broken now, so we've hyped this too much. Anyway, he's one move away. Yes. Gets that very quickly. Wow, that is another flash, Sam.
Well, we don't really know what's going on here. Maybe we'll have to have super final, or they speed climb.
That's a good point. I don't know what happens if everyone got the same score.
If everyone tops, there's a speed climb off. I looked in the rule book. I asked. They make you speed climb. They turn all the lights off.
As long as you referee it. Well, another flash then. And I think the temperature must have played a part in this somewhere, because it is a really tough job. You know, you've got to set all the quali boulders, all the final boulders, and you've got to do it in half the days right in the sun on that boulder wall.
No, they are unsung heroes. I know you had a couple of route setters in the commentary box with you, so they're doing it.
Yes, they are. Right, Manu Cornu. And of course, though, the pressure keeps stacking up for people here, because he knows it's probably another flash. He would have seen someone go out quickly. And that's hard to do. I know athletes don't like it when this happens.
Yeah, they definitely know because of the pressure, and they are watching, too. So,
good point, yeah. Yeah, I haven't seen any. Yeah, maybe they're peering around the corner. I'm going to have a look for that. That's a good point. So let's see if Manu does the bicycle. No, he's gone for double heels. Comes out to the blue dish. Adjustments with the shoulders. Campus is up as well.
on this turn.
He's going to flash the zone right into the no-tex.
With the last 3 holes.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, wow, that's a choice moment to cut to that camera. Thank you, guys.
I promise there is nothing in his right hand.
So Manu, one move away here from the top.
Come on, NEOM, come on.
Hits it with the left hand.
Mister.
And matches it.
Manu,
There we go, that's better.
That's a good top angle. Yeah, I think the day to night adjustment of climbing on those no-tex holds is probably one of the biggest. Like, it's borderline impossible to climb on it in the sun, but I think it makes it a little bit more undercooked here.
Yeah, it's a really good point. God, I love that camera angle. That's very cool. People have been talking about putting goldfish in there. Obviously, we don't want to be doing that, but the camera is brilliant.
Yeah, I would love to see Mejdi on it with his little smiling face going for it. Have you seen the video of him doing a dyno and he was like giving a big smile?
No, I haven't.
Oh, it's adorable.
I'll have to watch. And look at his left foot. What's that? Just on the jib, yeah, down low. Very small hole. He had to sort of shake and set himself. He didn't do it easily, but he did get it done. So far, no one has fallen off a boulder. It's kind of one of those comps where you blink and you fail here.
So yeah, we have the elimination for the last boulder, and that might come down to a singular attempt.
Yeah, which is not going to please the athletes. So, now, this gentleman coming on, he will not have climbed on no-tex boulders a lot. There aren't that many in his country, and he won't have reached the point usually in a semi-final final when we bring them in. So this could be interesting for him.
Yeah, this could be interesting. So he does live in Australia. So is the supply chain there getting no-tex holds? I haven't asked.
No, I don't know. No, that's a good point.
My,
yeah.
my diligence as a commentator, I had to figure out if they have the no-tex holds in what parts of the world.
Well, you knew the Australia thing. I did think he was based in Malaysia, so you're better than me. Well, he's going to give those holds a good clean before he gets going. But remember, he's only got 2 minutes. He's got to go quick here.
It's so interesting to see like what big of a part it plays to use those expensive holds. And we saw our first fall.
First fall, route setters will be breathing a sigh of relief. At least one goes. So that is -1 from his score.
And thank you for the pressure of being here. Thank you very much, guys.
So this is the establishment of that bicycle move, I believe.
Yeah, he didn't look confident pulling on, did he, at all?
And so now, yeah, we've gotten kind of down to his 1 minute. So he does have another round of 2 minutes, but it breaks down the attempts into maybe only 3 attempts, it maybe looks like. Maybe even.
Let's go. Come on, Tom. Nice.
Yeah, good point.
If he falls again, I'll probably need to get right back on the wall.
Yeah, you might as well, because you've got time to recover, have a think and go again. But he's doing better this time. Just no.
So let's see if he gets back on the wall, because he really used about 20 seconds there for an attempt, but he's going to get...
He's going to call it.
He's going to call it. Interesting. So he basically only used half of his time, which is very interesting for this format.
Yeah, you could see him thinking about it. But, I think he would have had to have rested for another 20 seconds. And then you've got 20 seconds to climb a boulder. You're unlikely to do it. Yeah. All right, well, our first failure on a climb then. He will leave us. Next up will be Attila Radix, but we'll have a look at the replay. He almost held this swing.
Yeah. That's one of those slopers that I think during the day was a lot worse, but we'll see.
Yeah, you're right. It's not. I mean, I'm looking at it now, and I had to look earlier on, peering underneath it, and it's not great. Okay, well, it's just so strange having your face plastered on the speed wall as well. High quality imaging. Well, there he is in real life, waiting in the wings. Attila Radix runs onto the stage. Pretty tall. I don't have the exact stats of how tall he is, but he's a big man. And done a few World Cups, 5 participations so far. Let's see if he spots wrapping his foot around here. There we go. Bicycle again.
The bicycle again, and then...
This foot, one is pushing, one is pulling.
Just more in control of that movement.
Come on. Yeah,
nice campers up to the slope and makes the adjustment. He doesn't want to hang around there too long, though.
Come on.
See, just this quick little slide over. You're at an awkward angle for doing it, but this is a good use of this camera.
You see his facial expression. Right, pulls through, calm down. Yes, I know how much thought went into where you place that camera, which angle it goes in.
Doing great so far. You can see what he's doing with the right arm, trying to push.
That makes the match in the middle. Little adjustment. 1 to go now, but it is quite a big move, as we saw from Manu Cornu. Holds the swing, feet slipping around on the no-tex. Careful with that heel hook, but he's in now, and that's the match.
Yeah, was that really a heel hook that he just kind of put his heel on the hold? Or
Maybe it was that, or like a press, perhaps.
Heel press.
Yeah, because it's the wrong angle to hook, isn't it? I thought he was going to lose it on this slope. He didn't leave much room for his hands. Almost had to sort of match his own
Even
hand.
just seeing in his body language, he's just trying to get off of it because it's not a very good hold. Pretty volatile.
Yeah, you're going to be sweating around on it as well. And then this was the cross through at the end, sort of heel press. Definitely not heel hook. And it looks like there is friction, that bit with the texture on it, but it's not. It's inside the hold. It's just to show you.
Oh, is it?
Yeah,
really?
There's no friction.
Because I know there are ones that do have a bit of friction. That it's a bit. Oh yeah, look at that.
Yeah, heel press, I guess.
Maybe it's a bit just flexibility-wise, because you would need a bit more to bring your knee up if you wanted to put your toe in.
Yeah,
so
true.
Interesting beta. That's a rare occurrence. Don't see that much.
You do not. All right, Michael O'Neill is next. Remember, he's yet to drop a boulder. But we have seen people fall off this one, so it might happen.
Come on.
As a 24-year-old runs on 174. There is a height. I keep saying I haven't got the height. It's on the screen now.
I think some people don't have it entered.
Okay, thank goodness.
And also, if you want a little look into the IFSC thing, you can enter any height you want. So maybe there's some people that kind of bump their height up more than in real life. It's kind of the...
Oh, I know Paul Gempt is wrong.
It is wrong, yeah. No, you could go into your athlete portal and put whatever you want, basically, so...
Have you done that, Sam?
I put my actual height. I might actually be a bit shorter, because I think I've grown since last season, but... just saying, if you want to confuse Matt in the booth, then you can do that.
It's easy enough to do that already. Right, little adjustment with that left hand. That's better climbing from him. He's made space for it. Careful with that left foot as he presses in again. We're about to see some hold cam in a minute. Hits the left arm.
Nice, great job. Come on, Michael.
Stretches through. One move away. Easy stuff.
Oh, nice fight.
Still gets to drop a goal.
There you go. So that's his sixth top currently.
Yeah, the last
and
are something in this.
Imagine winning a comp by not falling off a bowl.
Winning a comp.
Yanya-esque.
That's a rare feat in IFSC. Yanya did it. Wasn't it, I can't remember, Serato in Asian qualifiers last year, you were really wondering if he would get to 200 points.
Yes.
Did we ever see a 200 points in the combined boulder lead format?
Not yet. Not in an IFSC comp.
Wow, okay.
And I'll be so excited when that happens. It's like my personal goal now.
It is to commentate for a 200 point.
Let me die happy.
Yeah, no, I remember that one. Was it an attempt on a boulder? Because he topped the lead route, and it was like one attempt on a boulder he gave up.
It was very close, yeah. Okay, so Sota Amagasa will finish things off for us on boulder number 3, but we will go back to 2 minutes for Keikon Tal.
Please welcome Team Japan, Sota Amagasa.
Looking chill, as he has all week.
He does fully chalk up, even though you have those no-text holds. So that's an interesting one, but I guess he maybe knows he's going to use some of that chalk on that sloper.
And also, a lot of the Japanese athletes do chalk up on the no-text.
They do, okay.
Yeah.
They do, yeah. I remember in Bern last year when they got debuted, people had water and people were trying to spit on their hand. Like, it was like...
Yeah, I wasn't loving some of that, to be honest. It was a bit weird. This is quick work from Sota.
He climbs so fast. Like, he does these boulders just like so convincingly well. It's crazy.
Yeah, cruising through. Right, well, that's most done. 1 to go for his second 2 minutes, and I'm not 100% sure on the format. I guess it'll come up pretty soon, I imagine. But we'll see. But this is a replay of his flash. 60 points, that's 230s in a row. Hold cam.
He just genuinely makes it look like a warm-up. Like, he just...
yeah, floating through. Great work from him. Yeah, I remember I was in Prague for the World Cup, and the Japanese team were in one of a local gym, and this guy came up to me and he was like, I had no idea they were that good, because they were warming up on the hardest boulders in the commercial gym. You know, it blew people's minds.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
No, it's wild. Even all the way down Japan, if you like just go into a gym in Japan, there's some guy who can make a World Cup semis or do anything. It's crazy.
All right, well, these are scores and the doors at the moment. Down at the bottom, he's going to climb again. You can see that missing. Well, boulder number 3, yeah, so same one. So we are just, oh no, sorry, well, boulder number 3, okay. So we don't immediately go to boulder number 2. I guess we see boulder number 3 and then slot in the boulder? I'd imagine. We'll work it out. But regardless, Nimrod will climb now.
We'll get to see some climbing regardless. Yeah, we don't really exactly know what's going on with the format, but
yeah, we'll figure it out. There'll be some climbers, they'll climb. We'll talk about it. Wonderful. Right, slab time here. So you start off around the corner, you get stood up, you've got to drop left onto what is a tricky movement, and it comes after this. But first of all, you've got to get high enough.
Yeah, this slab one seems like a big increase in difficulty doing that downward. Would you say it's a downward dyno, or? I mean,
well, on this move, I'd say it's kind of sideways.
Yeah.
I mean, as we know, downward dynos are illegal, banned from the IFSC. So usually it's a horizontal dyno, although often it does look downwards, I will admit.
You do go down, and you're removing some points of the wall, so
yes.
you could argue, you know.
I think you could, yes, yes. Something I always have to talk about. Right, left foot in, that was better from him, I think just a foot slip before. It did cost him some time, and it's ticking away. 1 minute 8 on the clock now. But he's done this drop-down move. Ooh, that was risky. It's so interesting just having 2 minutes. You've got to climb it so much faster.
You gotta just partition your attempts, and then I really do like that concept in bouldering. You're applying something that really isn't like just your physical strength, and how do you do these climbs in 4 minutes or 2 minutes times 2?
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I'm slightly stressed watching it.
Yeah.
But apart from that, that's my problem. But yeah, it's the 2 minutes just goes so quick. I sort of do my little bit of talk, and half the time's gone. Well, an 89.0, so he dropped 1 point from that fall. Well, I think he just lost his foot. Looking pretty casual as he dropped down. Maybe wanting some harder climbs here. Right, Manu Cornu will be out next, and the French team notorious for being good at slabs. Looking focused is Manu as well.
He's the only French athlete for all four categories to come to this event. So I was wondering if it was just like his own volition, or if the team didn't want to go.
Well, I think Agat has turned up as well.
Oh,
Agat Kelly, but she came late, so I know what you mean, because I thought the same thing.
Yeah, okay, interesting.
Yeah, so
yeah,
just the two of them.
Yet,
no, she handed him some kind of a soda drink halfway through. That's why I noticed.
Nice.
All right, so Manu, this is the tricky foot swap when Nimrod fell. Really focused on that right hand. Finds the dish with the left. Comes over. Yeah, he battled some injuries. And he was someone you sort of... I mean, you always talk about Manu because he's Manu, but I counted him out of being in finals somehow. And then suddenly this year, he got rid of the injuries, came back and got on the podium in Prague. It's amazing.
Yeah, like... Sometimes for the certain sets, skill really does triumph how physically good you are. Because obviously, he's not that old, but like going a little bit past your physical prime when it comes to like training and competing.
Yeah, exactly. He's 30, I think. And it just feels like he's been on the scene for a while. And you wondered if maybe he was on the downward curve. And then, you know, no, not at all. But it's awesome to see him here. Now, there we go. 30 years old, 90 points, 3 out of 3 in terms of flashes. It's going to be a real fight to get into the top 3 for that final boulder. Wiggling that foot into position, trusting it, and then a big pop actually to the top. So we are now going to see boulder number 2. We wondered where it would fit in. So this is Kate Kwan Tao coming on from Malaysia. His final 2 minutes. And Sam, I mean, look, psychologically, what would you be doing to prepare yourself for this?
I mean, so he did forego 40 seconds of his last clock or timer to just think about it for getting back on the wall. So I would expect 1 or maybe 2 attempts of kind of knowing what he's wanted to do. But to be quite honest, there wasn't really that much more beta than just to try and get off that sloper.
Yeah. So hopefully you won't have been... So you wouldn't sit there thinking about it, or would you be running it through in your head?
I mean, some visualization for sure, but some climbs you genuinely can kind of change the beta, or you haven't figured it out, but I don't really think that's necessarily the case right now.
Yeah, let's see. Well, he's done better with the feet at the beginning, certainly. Way more solid.
Guys, he's gonna need you. Come on.
Comes out, loses the left hand though.
So you're gonna request a brush, and so yeah, maybe 1 or 2 more attempts. See how much rest he gives himself. 1:30 on the clock.
Yeah, because he only had 2 goes that first time. Presumably he would have gone back, looked at his phone again, re-looked at the video, gone okay, and then I think there was a little bit of disappointment on his face, and I guess it's like, oh, it is as hard as I remember, you know, it's one of those. So our crowd there lifting the lights on beanbags. I want a beanbag. We don't get beanbags. We're on chairs. Oh, rubbish.
Only 1 minute and 5 seconds left.
He's got a minute on the clock now. His final minutes out of the 4 in total, split into 2 sections.
Catches that right hand. Get to the sloper. Add some more confidence in there. I think he's got it.
Yeah, he's looking good suddenly, isn't he? 46 seconds though. He can't make a mistake here. I think he'll be burnt if he does.
Yeah, you're basically don't have time to rest and get back on the wall for a top attempt.
Exactly. Ooh, off the top.
Goes for it a bit more dynamically, which I don't think was as necessary, but...
Yeah, he's going to say goodbye. You're right, no time left. Yeah, it'd be nice to get a wide replay of that. I mean, I love the shot from the hold as well, but let's have a look and see if we do.
Yeah, I think it was just a bit more confidence on that sloper, and then getting off of it to go to the no-tex. Not really too much other beta to figure out.
Yeah, and then this is the move he fell on. He was quite low on it.
Yeah, I think getting a bit more height and turning your body towards the wall would really help with the mechanics of that.
Yeah, well, I think the no-tex finally bites back, sliding off that hold. So our first failed climb, just the zone for him on that. And it's going to be tight, and I think that might have knocked him out of the final boulder almost
just
already.
Might have.
Yeah. Brutal, this format. Right, Attila Radix comes out onto the stage. Back to boulder number 3 now. He's 182 centimeters if he hasn't lied. I love the fact. It's like a Wikipedia page.
It's like a Wikipedia page. Or sometimes it's their federations that put it in for them, but there's no official process of measurement to be an IFSC athlete. So you can put whatever you want in there.
I would lie so hard. I'd be 6'1". Right, Kenny stood up. He's got to do this foot swap now. Also high foot. That stretch is way easier when you've got a bit of height as well.
Yeah, I really thought this one was going to be significantly harder than the others, but it does seem to be the competitors are not having too hard of a time with it.
Yeah, changes style certainly, but not difficulty at the moment. It's the dish. Crosses through with the right hand into the left. Easy up with the left hand. This is going to be another flash. There we go. Flashes all over the place. Yes, we would have really liked this to have been a little bit harder for the athletes. A little too easy for whatever reason, but we still get to see them perform.
Yeah, so I really don't know what's going to happen if there's a 5-way tie for first place at the very end.
It must be count back, because the top two, it shouldn't count anyway, because they'll, if there's big ifs here, if Michael and Sota get the same score, they progress anyway.
Okay.
And then third place should be count back, I guess.
Okay. Do that.
But I mean, this is me.
I mean, they could still tie if they both flash, I believe.
Yes. So we'll see. I've no idea. Someone smart is either panicking or working it out in the background. So Michael is out next. So welcome back indeed. This man's yet to drop a climb. The whole comp.
It's very interesting that he's gone to so many IFSC events and, I mean, not having a ton of success, not going to too many other finals, and then going to the 6 out of 6 flashes, essentially.
Yeah, I wonder if he's peaked at the right moment, whether maybe because we haven't got, we are missing quite a few athletes, perhaps that's just allowed him to relax a bit. Don't know.
But he is climbing well, no doubts about that.
He is. He's certainly not used to the conditions. Ireland's very wet, so not dry and dusty like it is here. Crosses up above his head. Left foot not comfortable yet. Looks a bit better now. He leans away. Lots of no-tex to deal with down there. Here's around the corner, latches the zone just about. He's not making it look smooth, but he is getting it done. Final move now, looks around the corner, brings the right hand up. Little dance over. It's another one.
see if they'll get to 8 out of 8.
Yeah, full 90 so far. Yeah, I said he didn't make it look beautiful. There was a couple of moments like that where he wasn't super accurate, but I mean, I'm really picking hairs here because he has just flashed the boulder. Out onto that dish, crosses through.
They are really proud of their climbers. Well done. And hi to everybody. Because we are live also with flat.
Yeah, that top hold looks so good too. Like, even just a little bit like matching. I'm no route setter. I'm sorry, you know, if you're listening, but it may be cool to see like a tiny little crimp that you have to use like your fingers to match at the very top. Could be cool there, but it's kind of a jug.
It is quite jug-like, yeah. Okay, well, that's...
All right, sub 30 seconds on this one.
Let's start doing speed flashing, shall we? You can get up there and have a go. So, Soto Amagasa onto the stage. He's also dropped nothing so far. Puts the towel down. That's to protect against that dust that can be picked up. Luckily, it hasn't been too windy. It's been a bit of a breeze today, but not windy, so it hasn't blown much dust onto the wall.
It's interesting to see the athletes who use a towel to wipe their feet versus who don't. I think it's like a big thing of what kind of, if you grew up in a gym that doesn't clean their holds a ton, then it's a big thing to have a towel to wipe your feet.
Yeah. Yes, I've certainly never done it, I will be honest.
You never used a towel, even
I've never, I don't think I climb hard enough to justify a towel.
Oh, man. I remember that Sean Bailey gave like a lecture to my youth climbing team, and he always talked about you have to give every attempt. Sorry, I have a flash. I'm going on a story because we got a lot of flashes.
I've used towels outdoors, just never eaten.
Oh, yeah. But he was like, every attempt is 100%, and you should, like, you know, wipe your feet and get ready for your, for attempting everywhere you can, chalk up. And I always kind of took that to heart, so that's why I have a towel.
Oh, fair enough. This is why he's much better than me as well. You know, it's the little things.
Yeah, it's a mentality thing for sure.
Yeah.
Even though in reality, in bouldering at least, you're not going to get messed up by just a little bit of slippage or dust.
No, but psychologically, I think it is important. I mean, look, if I was climbing World Cup finals, I would bring a towel because, you know, it's the little tiny difference. I know climbers who have a special pair of shoes they put on just for finals. It gives them that psychological boost. Yeah.
Like, is it the same shoes? So I know they swap shoes. Like maybe if they use like high angles versus.
Yeah. Well, this is actually, I think it was Tom Randall said this to me. That he has a pair of shoes he just saves for hard attempts on scary projects.
Really.
And he's like, this is the shoe that will get me over the line. You know.
That's awesome. Sometimes I'll, like, if I'm gonna have a really hard session on a day, I'll say this is the jersey I'm gonna wear, or like this is like.
Yeah. I think little things like that are great. Okay, so he's had a bit more time than everyone else on boulder number 2. He's rereading this, but the time is going.
Rereading it, kind of doubled back on something. I wonder what he saw.
Yeah. Some of this will be experienced at this point. Got stood up though. Doesn't like the feel of that dish first time. Throws the right hand up. See, I wonder how much time he gets to rest if he gets another 2 minutes.
I also do. Maybe a regulated 5 minutes.
Yeah. I've no idea.
Don't really know. I'm sorry, but like a rule book would be great for us to just kind of read through and figure it out, but it is just a matter of...
Ooh. Yes, don't say that, because they might have sent me one and I didn't see it. Right. Possibly. He's a long way off his left foot and it's just hanging.
No, he might have to go down again. Oh. That's pretty. That's a dyno.
Yeah. Well, that's what the route setters told me it would be like with this drop down.
A drop down, not a downward dyno.
Yes. Several correct. I mean, to be fair, I think dyno implies a jump, whereas that's more of a
fair enough.
Maybe.
A jump versus a fall.
Yeah. I need to be the IFSC lawyer, but all right, he's back into position. 30 seconds is not a lot of time here. Teetering that foot in space, falls. So I'm being told by the voice of my ears he will get a 2-minute break and then he'll come back after that. And I think he's going to need it as well because the time is pretty much gone.
Yeah, so 2-minute break is not too much time for recovery there, but we'll see.
No, it's kind of going to torture you. So you've got 2 minutes just to not recover properly and think about it. And you've got to come out and do it again.
Going behind the wall is not going to be that quick because he's walking all the way around the boulder and he'll have to walk all the way back. And That's at least 30 seconds.
That's true. Maybe our camera will be waiting for him, chipping him along. Well, this is the move he struggled on. He didn't have the reach, and I think it's about the right foot, weirdly, more than the left. I think he needs to make an adjustment to push himself away from the side of the wall. That is the right foot as we scan down to it. Yeah, see, he's not quite on the very toes of it. I think he might be able to adjust that, or just commit to the big drop. Have to wait and see here. Well, a big smile on his face anyway. MC is in the crowd, chatting to some athletes. Our drone is overhead, being picked up by our lights, which is rather cool. And there's lots of events that go on during the evenings here. We've got stargazing, there's yoga. There's lots of things to entertain people. A lot of people doing homework, I've noticed.
Yeah, it is like during university season, pretty properly.
Yeah. Well, we're going to see some replays in a sec of that third boulder. Yes, you're on the Duolingo, I know that. You're learning how many languages at the moment?
I'm learning French, German, and Bahasa, so Indonesian. So just kind of working on all three of those is pretty good on Duolingo. And I know Matt is working on French, despite living in France for a long time.
Yes, exactly.
Now, so.
Don't embarrass me like this. You're learning like multiple hard languages. Well, this is a replay of boulder number 3, that slab, which most people did pretty easily. Manu striding out there looking confident, appear around the corner, a pop up with the left hand. We've seen a few different ways of finishing this climb as well. But Manu didn't need his second 2 minutes. Michael still hasn't dropped a boulder. Made it look a little bit more untidy, but he also got it done quickly. And then Sota Amagasa came out. And this man here didn't manage to get it done, though. Struggled on boulder number 2, struggled on boulder number 3 as well. It was the reach over on the left that got him off this right toe, swinging that left around a little bit. And he's a long way for him.
Yeah, that is a long way, but he does actually get to it. I think if you just lowered a little bit into it and stayed and tensed up a little bit the core and pushed towards it, but...
I think you're right, hips into the wall, all that good stuff. And we're backstage right now. Well, we wanted to see what he was up to. We get to see it. He's now stood up. The time would have counted him down. He's approaching the arch. This is great. I love this. This is like spying.
It's a great angle.
Yeah.
It is a bit of a, so like as an athlete who hasn't really been to that many IFSC events and is now in a final and he's now the main center of attention with a camera behind the stage. That's a big jump, especially for a 19-year-old.
Oh, it's true. It just made me nervous for him. All right. Well, with all that to deal with, let's see if he can get it done.
See if he can make some magic happen on this third boulder.
Yeah, here we go. I think he's outside of a finals place now, but for his own experience, he'd like to get this. So here we go from Malaysia. He takes a deep breath, a little nod to himself, and out he goes. Yeah, at least the crowd is sort of your peers rather than a bunch of strangers.
Yeah, makes sense.
Now, he's got less support.
Another thing that I think a lot of people watching really don't realize is for a lot of events, you really can't see the crowd because the lights on you are so bright. Like in Chamonix this year, people were like, oh, the crowd must have been so crazy. And I couldn't see them at all. Like, so I think for some boulder rounds, maybe not all, usually speed has a big lamp. But for bouldering, sometimes you can't see the crowd fully, regardless of how big it is.
Wow, I can't believe you couldn't see the crowd in Chamonix. Wow. Did you see the replays?
I saw the replay. I could see it lowering from the top of the wall, but not from the stage.
It was better for him. He made the stretch, but he couldn't make the pop. Yeah, because the crowd is amazing, especially for speed, actually. You guys will be cheering all the way. 1 minute 15 on the clock, stretching that right hip and left, trying to get some movement in there.
Needs a little bit more of stretch to get to that movement, and he's got it otherwise, it seems.
I don't know what he did differently. I was trying to watch the hips and the core like you were saying. But whatever, he managed to make that stretch over.
I think more so triple extension.
I like that moment there, breathing to himself on the wall, head pressed against it for a second. So here we go, right toe on. So much better.
Yeah, he definitely thought about it. Let's see if he'll get it. Go to the zone. Oh! Quick attempt in the last 30 seconds. Didn't do it.
Yeah, won't count as a zone, I don't think. I don't think he used it properly. So he'd like to get another zone on his scorecard here.
The crowd is behind him fully now.
Well, 2 tops, 2 zones. Sorry, 1 top, 2 zones for him. It won't be the final final.
It's just so brutal to get 2 minutes because you kind of get into that flow state where you're getting closer, and then your time is just cut off.
Yeah, do let us know what you think of this format in the comments, as I'm sure you will. 37 his total score at the end. That will knock him out of that last climb. That was one, I think it might be his last attempt, swinging out. Well, things will be calculated behind the scenes now, and we'll be able to let you know the results as soon as we have them. They'll be shown. And Sam, last speed comp of the year for you, and I'm asking you because I won't get a chance to talk to you, well, unless you really mess up qualies, but what's your plan? Oh, actually, let's look at this first of all. So 3 90s, 4 90s, so it'll be interesting. I have no idea how they'll work this out. I'm sure we'll be told, but theoretically only 3 are meant to progress, but maybe they'll bring 4 through.
Maybe, yeah, maybe. I think that would be tough for a singular.
Cues up, boulder number 4, the last climb of this men's boulder comp. Tomorrow, of course, is the women's qualies and finals, same time as today. Wednesday is the speed qualies and finals, but in the evening there. 6 seconds away, 5, well, that's dramatic, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's get going, shall we? It's the big highlight moments. And we've got Nimrod. Oh no, is it Nimrod? Yes, Nimrod's coming out first, I think, in the background. So here we go. This run and jump start onto a jug, jump into the corner perhaps with a twist, and then a triple dyno to finish things off. Sounds like I'm quoting gymnastics or something there.
Pretty much. Let's see if he goes. Let's see if he flashes. That's the main thing at this point.
He sounds the perfectionist here next to me.
Well, I'm just looking at the numbers.
Yeah, that's true. That's the spin. That's cool. It's funny, a few years ago, that would have been just like unthinkable, that move. You know, the athletes are thinking outside of the box now.
I think the kind of paradigm shift was the 2023 Hachioji World Cup with the boulder that Mejji did, where he pressed out. I think that changed everything for the way they set boulders like these.
Yeah, it challenged everyone. You know, none of the athletes got it, and then Mejji did it in his trainers afterwards when he was shown how.
Yeah.
And it was just brilliant, yeah.
I remember seeing that video. But he still won that World Cup without that, which I thought was crazy. And then I guess they just started training moves like that because we saw it in Burn finals as well that year.
Yeah, it's true. I think some moves come in vogue almost, you know, and you know they're going to happen. So, but this is the triple dyno he fell on before. Closer.
I want to see a replay. Did his left hand even get on the hold? Yeah. I barely saw that.
Yeah, I think he's going to try to stop on that last yellow hold. And then
stop,
make that
generate, and pop out.
Because I think the triple is going 1, 2, 3 onto that yellow hold, not going all the way to the top. Right, one hand into the starting position, 30 seconds on the clock. The spin's easy for him, because the next moves that hard. Gets himself set, little adjustment of the hair. Oh, nearly fell off.
Oh, that was a huge one. He's okay. And it is
12 seconds.
Wow, it's going to be a cliffhanger. He will have to leave the stage. Over towards, he hasn't actually left the stage, has he yet?
Yeah. Oh, he walked the wrong way, but that's all right.
Alright, so he goes left. This was the spin.
That is impressive that you can do, because he's, without his foot really even on a hold, he's spinning his entire body weight around. Like, you must have trained that move. Like, that's a, if you see that for the first time, you're not getting that, but he's looks so poised.
Yeah, crushing it. I love the hair flick as well. And then have a look, eyes it up. He got so close, look, fingers right in. In fact, he held it for so long, it kind of shifted his momentum. He fell on his head almost.
Interesting. That's always the dangerous part of doing moves like that, is because if you almost get it, you're even in a worse spot.
Exactly. Well, let's see if Manu can bring some new school climbing to his veteran experience here. And he's looking super focused as he has throughout this comp. I love his tiger chalk bag as well. Right, here we go. Easy into the starting position. He's landing on wood, which is slipping.
Yeah. You just miss it. You don't really see that in bouldering. It's almost like slipping at speed, where if you miss a hold, you're falling.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's going to mess with your head as well. I mean, Manu is a tough guy, but that was brutal. Better at that time.
He swung into the wall, shifted his weight, and then got it in there. Let's see if he gets this triple paddle dyno.
Oh, he changed up the meter.
Overpowered it.
Manu, please finish this climb before celebrating. Come on. Up he goes. He showboats a one-armer up to the top. Showing definite control on that one. Good work from Manu. Well, I have to wait and see now for the scores. Should be podium.
Yeah, should be a podium for performance, it seems. So it'd be Manu. We don't actually know about Michael or Sota yet, but
wait and see.
That's my prediction.
Yeah, look at this. He missed that middle hold, held the swing, celebrated here, which worried me. I love how he found two cameras. He found the one in front of him and the one to the side. Yeah.
I remember, I don't know what World Cup it was, but I think it was Yoshiyuki, that he took every photo on the top. He turned around, he did like a pull-up, he took every single photo you possibly could.
Amazing. Love it. Well, a couple more to go now. And of course, Nimrod will come back on for his second attempt, but Attila Radix is out next. So yeah, I guess we do have 4 coming through here. So Attila waits in the wings. Manu will wait on the bean bags, being prepared, whereas other athletes are sitting as well. So we've seen some dramatic things so far. Manu smacking the wall and then sending the boulder. Nimrod not getting it done, but flashing this first move.
So we've yet to see a flash on this boulder. Sometimes you say we've yet to see a top. We've yet to see a flash on this one. So
yes.
will we get it?
In any other comment that would sound weird. Not at this one. Lots of flashes along the way. You can see Nimrod's allowed to watch as well. So he's got the right idea. He just needs to execute it. And he missed it entirely that first time. Yeah, he's losing his way in the air on that spin. Just a bit to the left of it. You can see some rubber marks left from the other climbers on the wood. It's slippy to land on. Starts this swing, turns, lands, puts a hand in play.
So yeah, I do not think the hand is the way you're doing it. I think it's actually quite dangerous if you're basically falling onto your wrist.
Yeah, I think it was kind of an emergency break almost, you know, like he was falling, trying to grab it. Because yeah, you're right, I don't think you want to land down.
Yeah, I can't tell if that's intentional or not, because he's trying to land the foot maybe, and then, or that's just where it's going.
I think he's sticking out the hand because he's falling, you know, he'd like to catch himself on it, but you are right about the injury. I'd be surprised if he was launching into that wrist. You'd think, for self-preservation sake.
Yeah, okay. You can definitely kind of tell what's going on.
That's brutal though, isn't it? I mean, it's fine when you're getting it, hard if you fall. Well, he's done, so he'll get another 2 minutes as he waves goodbye. And we wait, there's a shadow back there that is Sota Amagasa somewhere. And we will get to watch and see how Sota takes this boulder on. Now that his wrist, he definitely smacked it a few times on the wall. He missed it entirely.
Yeah. Let's see. Again, so you have this time to adjust. What's your adjustment for just missing a hold?
Yeah, true.
Are you like kind of visualizing it more, doing that spin? I don't think there's anything on the warm-up wall you could replicate that on, but.
I mean, I guess it's just muscle memory, isn't it? It's like learning where it is and falling into it, or you get lucky, do it first time. Well, Manu Cornu out in front, 119 his score. The only one to have climbed boulder number 4 so far, although 2 others have attempted it and failed at the moment. But remember, it's not over for them yet. They've got another 2 minutes each.
And he's 7 for 7 on flashes. Can he get to 8? Can he do the Yanya-esque feat?
True. How strong is he feeling? But it's one of those boulders. There's an element of luck in this, you know, that spin.
Element. I'm really rooting for him here. I'm really invested to see if he can get it.
I'd like to see it for sure. We've got one more chance. Sota after that as well.
Putting everything together. Let's go.
All right, jumps up onto the starting jug here. Looks to the right, looks down, trying to get the range on this.
Oh, he seemed very, very high. It looked to me. He was kind of bending his arms and getting very high on that boulder.
Yeah, and kind of slipping down the very top of that grey volume on the right as well. So he's going to have to reset this one. Yeah, we just hear the MC say the grey part is slippery. Yeah, a lot of slipperiness on this.
Oh, interesting. I do not think that's the way I would go about that, but let's see.
Yeah, I'm surprised no one else has tried it though, actually.
Yeah. No, yeah, it really just gives me. They have seen video, which does show that is maybe the reason, but it gives me the impression that maybe you haven't been on this type of move that many times compared to the two Hungarian athletes. That was just like, okay, they had done that motion before.
You're saying you don't practice jump into spins into landing on a slippery surface?
Never, I would say, but I don't know. I don't know what modern training is like.
Well, he runs back into position. He's had a few close calls, sliding down and missing it. Goes again. He wants to avoid the grey as much as possible. He obviously thinks, there's a future in this method. It's the third time that he's tried it. He's going to do it again.
Yeah. He does get it. And he gets that zone.
8 seconds.
He's got 8 seconds to do this. That would have been exceptional if he got it, because a triple paddle, you can do it in 10 seconds. But anyway. Yeah, it brings up the point of how many moves in modern bouldering can you not train at all with the spray wall? Because with that or just a training board, or you really can't go too many plays. There's no way you can do that.
No.
So.
And in a way, it's kind of elitist-ish, because you have to have a facility that will allow you to do that. But I think that's just sport. We want to push it, and you have to do weird moves and sequences. And it's up to everyone to work it out and catch up.
The element, ironically, actually has helped speed climbing a lot, because they've realized that speed is much easier to... You can build a wall, it's the same, and you can develop it in places like Indonesia, where that's all you need to do, versus having a coach and setters and expensive holes that will continuously monitor them. And then I talked to Yeni Wahid, the head of the federation. She's like, now that we have this generation of climbers, we can start to build out the boulder lead infrastructure, the people who would want to work as coaches and setters and develop their country's climbing.
That's good, because they have some very strong lead climbers in the Indonesian team. The Raviandi brothers.
They also have great outdoor climbing in that part of the world as well. So
I've heard it's sharp.
Really?
That's what I've heard. I'd love to do something. So I have been invited there some of the time. Yeah. So Sotter, let's see if he's got this weird move down. He does. He could still be on for the 4 flashes,
Good.
If he does, he's won this comp.
Oh, it's not on.
Oh, for the first time, Sotter hesitates. Manu Cornu's perked up in his seat somewhere here.
So yeah, that'll be a tie at 119 if he tops right now. But he will get the count back, I believe. So we will have a winner.
Yes, we will. So Manu.
Oh yeah, this should be the winner.
Yeah, this should be it. And he's fallen.
Does that mean Manu has won?
I think it might. Yes. Yes, Manu's just been handshakes around, so that gives the win to Manu Cornu.
Very interesting.
That's great work from him, as Sotter gesturing to the audience here. Twists in, he's just about holds it, and he's for the first time looking flustered here. Oh no, and I think he hit something else on the way down. Sotter disappointed in that one, and Manu, of course, is waiting, having taken the win here. Sotter just, I think, needs to breathe for a moment. Oh no, I just want someone just to calm him down here. He's not going to get this done. It's dramatic for us watching. I just don't want him to over-push this. Back and forth, lands, split.
And 12 seconds for triple paddle. Oh, it doesn't even... Take your rest, and I believe, is the podium still up? You have Michael and Sota.
Yeah, so second and third should be. And there is Manu corner. We've got a shot of him. Manu shakes his hand because brilliant from Manu. By our calculations, he's just walked away with that. Awesome stuff. That's 2 Frenchmen in a row winning for the men. Yeah, Sota just suddenly dropped off the edge of a cliff here after that first attempt.
Yeah, that's one of those things, just doing it, he just kind of sped up and just threw attempts on when, for moves like that, it's really, really easy to do because it's so dynamic where you can say, okay, I'll just do it fast and get this move and sort of reset is maybe the mentality behind it, but it's not guaranteed to get that type of move. And so they're chatting.
Yeah, Nimrod's going to come back on, and Sota, I think, yeah, that was fascinating bit of sort of sports psychology to watch that.
Yeah, just sort of accelerating on the attempt speed. I remember, like, that was, when I was a little kid, that was my biggest issue, because I was not very good at the tactics of resting, because I would just get on it and over and over. So let's see if he can kind of recompose himself, because he could for sure do this move.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's what got him, is he was like, it's there. Why can't I do it? You know, it plays in your head.
Now, I would be curious to ask if he's aware of the scoring dynamic as well. If he's thinking about that, and the idea of no longer winning first place was a factor behind it as well.
Yeah, maybe. To find out. Sadly, I don't get to interview them, so I can't ask these questions. Massive move out. He's learned from Manu's way of doing it. And that's a top as well. So interesting. That's a potential podium too. Scores are getting close at the top here.
Got a bit of excitement after three full flashes of boulders, but we've got an interesting last one.
Yeah, the setters saved some excitement here for the end. Awesome stuff. Okay, so next up will be Attila. Let's watch this again though. Took him a couple of goes to get it. Plants that left foot solidly down. 115 is his total score. Manu's 119, remember. Missed the hold like Manu did. Remember, he was allowed to watch, so he learnt from Manu. And that's the cool thing, because people are like, well, hang on, they get an advantage. Well, they don't, of course, because you lose the points for the attempt. So yes, you get to see how someone else is doing it, but you're not picking up the points.
Yeah, in this course, it did matter for the win.
Yeah. It was all deliberate, those flashes, just to boom things up for this moment. So Attila is in now.
You know what? I think we're going to do it. Come on.
Skip that middle hold as well. The thing I do like about this format is what the athletes take from the others.
Yeah, I agree. He definitely seems like he's put more emphasis on this, like the spinning and pushing towards the wall. Now, does Michael? I was gonna say, does Michael O'Neill do that again?
Yeah.
But now that beta attempt as well, so I don't really know.
No, and he's only got a minute 20 though. This is where your mind can start to trip you up a bit, because you don't want to try it the wrong way too many times.
Which type do you go for? And it's getting close.
That wrist has taken some abuse on this boulder now. Hit it a few times. Looking frustrated now. 1 minute on the clock comes up.
I might be a little scared. I would not want to break my wrists here. We are in the middle of the desert.
But there is a helicopter pad.
There's a helicopter pad.
I think they might fly someone out. I would imagine if that happens. We'll have to see. Please don't test it.
We don't have to see.
No, we don't have to see. Let's just think. There's camels. That would do. Please, if I break my wrist, please don't take me out on camel, please. I'll take the helicopter option. So Attila has 30 seconds. I'm just imagining this now. It's gone to a weird place in my brain. So here goes Attila, back and forth. Spins.
He gets it. Now he's basically got one attempt here, realistically, with 23 seconds. So make the most of it. Trying to catch that last cheetah yellow hold.
Yeah, now nothing. He's down on 90 points. This will be the zone for him on boulder. No, you're right. I think that's the end of time for him. He won't risk that wrist again.
He won't risk the trip on the camel's back.
No. God, I'd be uncomfortable with that. I think nothing worse. Maybe broken wrist would be all right, but anything leg orientated, that would not be.
Oh, maybe.
Oh, pelvis, terrible.
I think that they do have medical resources here, but nothing you would want, really, compared to a city.
The reason we're saying camels, by the way, is because there's a camel camp right next to this camp. I ran past about 60 of them this evening, so they're ready and waiting anyway.
Did you go for a full run in the desert?
I did.
Oh,
I did. Wow. Yeah. I was jogging off into the nothingness. I wasn't sure how sensible that was, but I tried.
Oh, wow.
He says goodbye for tonight, and Michael O'Neill is waiting, stood up. I do wonder, what's he going to do? The spin or the face the wall land? I think we'll know from his first attempt, you know, straight away what his tactics are.
Yeah. I would assume he goes for the non-spin because that's what he previously got.
Yeah, and he landed it, didn't he?
But I think the accuracy rate of him getting that done is probably a bit lower.
It's lower percentage, I think. I think the spin is riskier but easier. Facing the wall is harder but safer. Let's see.
That was a bit different. He just like basically launched himself into a split stance.
Eyes flick up until the second half of his
ball. Oh, he just overpowers that. Wow, he is strong.
Yes, this is a man to watch for next year, I tell you.
There's a top.
Well, his score will be out there. We'll have to wait and see. I think 115 was he got it. Was Nimrod's. So can he beat that? A little bit of eyes raised there to the rest of the athletes. I'll wait for his score to be confirmed. Let's have a look at a replay anyway. 113. So he's in provisional third at the moment. So bronze medal if Sotter goes to pieces, but Sotter still has a chance here to push this man out of the podium.
2 more minutes. How many attempts do you think he goes for in those 2 more minutes?
Well, Sotter,
yeah,
he wasted a lot in that first round, didn't he?
He did, yeah. A lot of, but now there's less of an energy impact on doing that versus if you had 4 minutes, though.
True.
Because if you did that for your first 2 minutes of a 4-minute boulder, you'd be at a significant disadvantage, or you'd have to rest more, realistically. But
I think for Sotter as well, this 2 minutes acted like a timeout almost as well.
Yeah.
You know, it was just a moment to compose.
Yeah. I mean, so let's see. And so he gets it just.
Oh, he doesn't like it.
With the left hand, it looks like he just tried to apply all his body weight onto that without actually catching the next hold or getting the height to get to both of them.
Yeah, he kind of falls his way into the corner now. Let's watch this. He's on 100 points at the moment, so he hasn't got many attempts. You can see the frustration start to build in him again. Running on. Big scrape on his right leg as well.
He's going to switch around.
Wow, okay.
And there we go.
Unconventional, but gets it done. Right, let's wait for these scores, shall we? Sotter's kind of, oh, he's having another go. Hang on a sec. Why is he back on the wall?
Did he not think he topped it? Or is he doing it that way?
No idea. I think he's just playing around a little bit. I was like, oh my goodness, what have I missed?
I think he wanted to see if he just kind of got in his head of doing that move that way.
Yeah.
Because he couldn't get it, and then he did.
Well, Manu Cornu standing in the middle, the winner here tonight. He had to keep it together under a lot of pressure after all those flashes of the boulders. But Manu Cornu, who got onto the podium recently in a World Cup, is standing on the top spot for the Masters event. What a comeback from him from injury. The Frenchman, full of determination. Can't wait to see what he has in store next year. That man is not done yet.
The medals will be presented by Jerome Miller, IFSC NEOM Technical Delegate.
The technical delegates are being prepared onto our stage. Managing Director of the Saudi Climbing Federation as well on the right there, waiting to give away our medals. Not sure if they have trophies. I think there might be some trophies.
The bronze medalist representing Ireland, Michael O'Neill.
Michael O'Neill takes the bronze medal then, hand waving in the air. Pretty sure it's his first senior IFSC medal as well. Job done for him. A worthy trip out to the desert. A rather nice check. Not a bad day's work, that. Good work from Michael O'Neill. Plane tickets certainly paid for. The next up, the Hungarian athlete taking silver medals, lead silver medal spot.
The silver medalist representing Hungary, Nimrod Tusnadi.
Nimrod Tusnadi on the top spot, silver medal for him. Great work on that spinning boulder, had to fight back in his second 2-minute time slot. Took a few knocks along the way, but great stuff from him. Finally, Manu Cornu, the man from France, takes the gold medal here in the evening of NEOM.
The gold medalist and winner of the NEOM IFSC Masters 2024, representing France, Manu Cornu.
Manu Cornu raises his arms in the air, celebrates with the audience who have stayed in the stadium, which is great to see. As I say, a lot of climbers and athletes make up our audience here tonight. Good work from Manu. Strong performance there. That twisting boulder, I'm not sure I would have thought it was his thing, but he got it done nicely. Now, and there she is, Evangelina, walking onto the stage. A little confused, as you would be for your first final.
First one, yes.
And I think a little bit nervous. I was watching her around the camp, headphones on, trying to keep in her zone.
Those bright lights shining in her face, you can see it's new for her. So.
It is intense, but this lady here is no stranger to this level of competition. Jenya Kazbekova climbed in the Olympics recently. New henna tattoo, not real tattoo. I did ask about it, but it's she's out here to try to defend her title.
And she climbed very well.
I would agree with you. Super climbing from her earlier on, saving some skin for tonight, of course. And then next, well, we're going to see Mao Nakamura come out. Her teammate Sota Amagasa climbed last night, and Mao, one of the most psyched women in climbing.
100%, always smiling. Very nice.
She always makes me want to go climbing. There's Mao, and she's out on the stage here tonight, coming in halfway through this finals position. And the lady everyone's talking about, Agnese, is up next. Now, she is a very good boulder and lead climber, don't get me wrong. I think she was knocking around the national team in terms of doing that, but decided to dedicate herself to speed climbing, turned up in the desert, thought she'd go bouldering, and what an amazing story.
Yeah, she did really well, was very strong in those qualies.
Yeah, her topping boulder 3 was the highlight of that qualification round for me. It changed the whole leaderboard. Absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, and I believe we both tried that boulder. It was a tricky jump out there, so.
It was, yeah, I had a go at it. Didn't try it for very long, though. I didn't want to break myself. Margarita up next from Kazakhstan. She climbed well as well. And she does it all, speed, boulder, and lead. So another one who's a multidisciplined athlete.
That's incredibly difficult. Very impressive.
Agreed, different muscles needed there. And then finally, the lady who qualified in first place for tonight. She was brilliant at the European Champs recently. She's made multiple finals, and it's fantastic to have Agathe climbing last here tonight. She was 6th in Seoul, so literally coming off the back of her finals, 3rd in Villars. I wouldn't be betting against her right now. Time for the women's finals. 4 hard boulders ahead of us. Boulder number 1 is a slab. Not too difficult at the start, but it's the end that's going to be savage. Right foot on a difficult crimp, left foot sort of smearing, reach up to the final hold. That's where we're going to see some falls. Well, there we go. As I said, the final hold, and Noah spotted it as well. That's where the setters are expecting some falls. The beginning should be okay for most of these athletes. So, with Angelina waiting in the wings. And I do wonder whether this is nerves she's displaying or this is just a game face. I'm not sure yet.
She does seem to be a little bit more serious than the other climbers.
From Canada, let's see if she can get some points on the board here. 2 minutes have started, so it's ticking down.
She did fly up that qualies slab quite easily, didn't she?
Yes, exactly. Well, there is our clock down bottom right, 1 minute 40, so she's already used 20 seconds of time, and this is where this 2 minute thing catches me unawares, because it goes so fast.
And that right hand that she's pressing off of is the dual tech side, actually.
Yeah, it's not nice. She latches the first slope, but chalking up, spilling chalk everywhere as she goes. Bumping that right foot on the no-tech's risky. It's quite a big kick. And she is taking her time here. Good grip strength as she makes this transition. And that crimp, you were right, very blocked here, hard to see.
Nicely pulling through, super strong.
But a minute goes already, but she's coming close, wants a drop knee up high. She wants to match that foot to where her hand is.
That's a very flexible move, isn't it?
It is. And that right foot can't move now. She's trying to put a toe in. And at some point, she's going to have to release the safety of that right hand. Fingertip one on. She's got to match it with two hands and show control. I think she will, and yes.
Very nice.
Job done.
That'll take some of the stress off.
I think so too, yes. And I think some of that expression we're seeing is just, you know, settling into it, you know. And fair play, like, you should have to fight for stuff like this. And that was a brilliant fight from her. She was very calm throughout as well. Really took her time, didn't rush.
Yeah, seemed very settled in it.
And once she got that right foot on, it just seemed to stick to the crimp. As you said, pushed away from that left sloper, found the right. I thought she was going to struggle removing that right hand for a moment at the top.
Looks like getting that foot up was very difficult for her, actually. Kind of went with a ballerina toe instead.
That's a good way to describe it, yeah, I like that. Yes, if you're new to the game, climbing shoes have rubber across the front of the shoe, and that allows you to stick moves like that more easily. So, next athlete will be Jenya Kazbekova, who is waiting in the wings now, looking very relaxed. She's been on the literal biggest of climbing stages, so I don't think this is going to faze her in terms of pressure, but she would like to win again after last year. You can almost see her controlling her heartbeat. Do you know what I mean? Like, there was this moment where she just calmed herself.
Yeah, it looks like she can get in the zone, which is really important, especially in a finals. And with only 2 minutes.
That's not a lot of time here. She works those hands upwards. Little adjustment with the feet now. And this is really smooth stuff from Jenya.
Ooh, very flexible there with that move.
Yeah, no problem for Jenya Kazbekova. Easy stuff. She climbs down. And that's a quick work, as I would have put a lot of money on her doing.
And less than a minute there. Impressive.
Yeah, so the athletes obviously don't use that second 2 minutes if they top the boulder. So all of the first two women here will just have more time to rest.
So some women may be climbing on problem 2 while others are still on problem 1?
We kind of rotated in,
okay.
So it won't be a double. So Jenya working her way through. This is the replay. And you can see, by the way, the score down on the bottom left. As well as her personal stats, we get her score. And then the yellow box fills all the way up for a top halfway if she just gets a zone. Job done for Jenya. Next up and waiting in the wings will be Mao.
This is looking like a nice intro boulder for the women.
Yes, and I think that's kind of been the theme throughout this comp, actually. Boulder number 1 tends to be pretty doable, and then it ramps up in difficulty after that.
Yeah, that happened to the qualies. It was very obvious there with that ramp up.
Here goes Mao, stretching out, palming off the no-techs. 5 foot. can hear the gambare from the coach down at the front there.
One of our shorter athletes on this problem?
Yeah, she is. Let me just grab the stats for you, sir. 156 centimeters. That's how tall she is. I'm looking good at the moment. Trusting that right foot. Finds the left. And you said the stretch is tricky for her here, but she makes it work. Yeah, she was way more extended than Genya was.
Yeah, fully stretched out there.
Well, job done on this climb. And Noah, how do you find it? If you get lots of people flashing a boulder, does that increase your sort of pressure levels if you know you have to flash it?
Of course, of course. Don't want to make a small mistake and come off, be the only person with a fall on it, but at the same time, sometimes that pressure is good. Helps you to perform.
And how do you deal with the pressure? Like, what do you do personally in order to sort of like cope with it?
You know, I don't have too much competition experience actually, so a lot of the athletes who I train and coach in Guam, I tell them that it's, you know, it's just good to think back on the problem that you were working on and then address whatever you think the main issue was and go back at it. Don't think too much about the other people competing against you.
Good advice, I think. Right, Agnieszka is in the wings here waiting. The speed climber turned boulderer, the star of qualification, but can she continue this form? Because there is a lot of eyes on her right now. She really enjoyed the more dynamic boulders later on in the qualification round, so I just wonder how good she'll be on a slab here. High left foot. She stands up. So far, so good. Trusting that no-tex. She hasn't stood on no-tex for a while, I'd imagine.
Yeah, maybe that should be introduced into the speed routes.
Oh, God, don't say that. They actually might do it. Now, I wouldn't be adverse to that, to be honest.
That could be interesting.
That could be interesting. I think they might hate me for it. She works her way up. Careful, careful. Brings a knee into play briefly as she finds the left foot. Stretches up. Oh, it's a long way, isn't it? Matches, control. Good work from her.
Looked a little worried there at the top.
She did. There was a shake, wasn't there?
Yeah.
The Risa shakes, but she kind of kicked her foot back in. There's some speed climbers who'll be competing tomorrow, by the way. We kick things off at 5 p.m. Saudi Arabian time, which I think is 3 hours ahead of Central European time. That's tomorrow. And the finals will come after that. Yeah, this was the moment you were talking about, this little shake she had near the top. For a second, I thought she was going to overbalance backwards.
Yeah, she did that a little bit differently, almost compressing those two holds.
Yeah, good point. And this was the little shake that she had. Shut her eyes, found the balancing point, made the match. Good stuff.
So that's a flash for every athlete so far.
Yep, and we can see that reflected in the scoreboard here. So 30s for everyone. Agnieszka ahead due to count back. She qualified in a higher position. That's how that's decided. But we did see yesterday that countback doesn't count in terms of bringing people through to Boulder 4. So if there's draws, they'll go anyway. Margarita, up next. She's in the focused face category camp here. Climbed really well in qualifying as well. Her teammates only just missed out on a finals place as well.
Yes, and I don't think I've seen her in a Boulder finals. So.
Boulder finals, no. I mean, I'm gonna have to look myself here because, yeah, she hasn't competed at a World Cup. She was in the World Champs where she was 69th in Boulder.
Okay.
That was her last pure Boulder comp, was back then, and then she's done quite a few sort of Asian qualifiers along the way. And good results there, top 20. So she's got some quality here. This is very stretched out, though. For the first time, we see an athlete falter. I think she just read that quite wrong, if I'm being right, if I'm being honest. I think she needs to move some feet before she does that stretch.
That looked like a long reach for her. I think she's got it.
And she did an amazing heel hook in qualification. She broke a boulder brilliantly. So here we go again, pushing. That's better from her, much better. There we go, just that little adjustment, but she's still got to bring the right foot in. Oh, that's some strength to hold that.
Goodness.
Oh, that human flag to hold the position.
And you know, that dual text may have been the issue. I think if that had been a full text hold, she may have been able to stick that with her foot.
Yep. So you route setters are mean people. We really are. Right, she's got 27 seconds, and this could be our first time we'll get a repeat of a boulder here. And she will, of course, be allowed to watch the last, watch a GAT climb this boulder if she wants. 10 seconds, she's going to get timed out. She'd maybe like to get a zone here. Human flags it across, but no, it doesn't work. And you've got to say, she needs that thinking time. I don't think she's close yet.
Yeah, some beta from Agat might be helpful for her.
Yeah,
Deciding to walk off there?
Yeah, I don't know. I think you might have to leave and then re-enter if you want to come and have a look. The athletes have been going to those bean bags underneath the speed wall to watch the others. Well, let's see this. This was one of the times that she made the left hand hit the sloper, and that was the human flag. She just couldn't quite hold.
Looks like getting that hand-foot match might be more difficult than we thought.
Yeah, that's a good point. Well, let's see how Agat does it, shall we? She's waiting. There she is. Qualifying in first position for tonight's finals, so we'll climb last. Onto the mats. Teammate Manu Cornu, I won't give it away. He did okay last night, and he's been supporting her throughout today. Can Team France do some good things? It's very hard not to give this away. I actually said earlier on I would give it away because I thought by then people should know, but I won't for now.
It was a showstopper. It's
Yes.
very nice.
But you have until the end of the competition, then I'm going to give it away, everyone, okay? So you can check the results. Agat, wow, just muscling her way across there. It wasn't the smoothest, but she just battled the fall all the way really nicely.
Oh, using the knee on that hold.
Love a bit of a knee. Stretches up. She's a long way from this, though. That left foot, I don't think is the best position, but wow.
Nicely done.
Well, Agat, yeah, I think her face says it all there. It wasn't the smoothest I've seen on that boulder. There we go. So that is boulder number 2. I hadn't really mentioned the spins in that, but there are some spins throughout this boulder. We saw Agat practicing it. We saw a few of the others try this move. Evangelina moves on. Oh, sorry, it's not. What am I talking about? It's boulder number 2, isn't it? Down on the right. Yeah, spin's coming later. You can tell me if I talk rubbish now. It's okay. I don't confuse myself. I've just noticed her chalk bag as well. I want a gold chalk.
That is very sparkly. She did very well on the slab, so this is a little bit of a different style. Let's see how she does on this one.
Yes, it's way more physical. We saw in the 3D render 65 degrees through the middle. So very steep. Run and jump start into this press, and some pretty nasty blocked crimps to come after this. She brings the right foot smearing on the wall, puts in a toe. The video they kind of just threw for this. She does eventually too. Crowd respond to her. They know the physical move, locks in a heel underneath. Kicks out the right foot into a flag. The zone beckons. That right hand though, oh, she's got a heel hook in somehow.
Oh, very nice.
Wow, she made room for it. I was wondering what she was doing, but she managed to get the heel in. Holds the zone as well. This will be points for her. Kicks out left, and she can have a bit of a breathe in a minute when she gets stood up.
That's a very flexible move from her.
Super flexible. This lady has been coming for a while on the youth scene. Canada is very proud of her, and she's pushing her way upwards here. 46 seconds on the clock. Oh, giving it everything. You've got to trust that left foot. 37 seconds now. She should be able to breathe before here now. Squat down low. That right foot might have to move a bit higher, though. She's made the adjustment now. She's got plenty of time, but she won't be able to see a clock. Here we go. She'll creep away as high as possible before popping. Up she goes. It's going to be a flash. I just applauded her in the commentary box because that was quality there.
That was.
Good work from Evangelina.
Despite seeing the videos prior, she did some different beta than we were expecting, which is very fun to see.
Absolutely. That heel to hand match she did in the middle
That was
brilliant.
ridiculous. Very cool.
Well, we'll Well, this is the press up at the end, and this was the foot movement she had to adjust on. She was low down with the right toe, and then she moved it a little higher.
And that transition into that press looked difficult, having to put pressure into your foot and your left arm and get all over there. Looked very difficult.
Absolutely. And then that was the no-tex hold you were talking about earlier on. He was better in the middle. Well, good work from her. So, one flash. Zhenya up next. Keeping things calm again, steadying herself. She runs down to the far right of the wall.
A powerful climber. Right?
Yeah, she is strong, so this swinging around on an overhang, I think she might enjoy. So, running into the starting position fine. Brings the smear up, launches into the crimp and catches it. So far, so beta video. Comes out with the left. And this is where she's going to make room for her heel too. Good work. I think you can see the experience from her here. She just knows she's got to climb fast. I think her chalk back was almost done up there. Problematic.
Yeah, that technique is impeccable. Knows what she needs to do.
Kicks the left foot out, presses up above her head, and this is the move we saw Evangelina struggle on here. It's awkward, isn't he? Got to wrestle with it. Eyes up the top as the minute buzzer goes. Simple stuff.
That's quite a good ending hold, actually, that you go to.
Not bad, is it? You kind of sink into it quite a long way. Holds that knee briefly. Remember, she was fighting a pretty nasty knee injury throughout the Olympic process, the end of the Olympic process into the Olympics. And I know she's been healing, but she'll be careful of it. We've actually seen her down climbing quite a few boulders to make sure of that recently. This was the heel in underneath. And this was the top of the boulder, kicked out left, and this was the real wrestle she had.
Yeah, you did have to wrestle that hold. It looked uncomfortable almost the whole time.
She was fast through the sections she could climb easily. Well timed. Quick work from her and a big smile on her face. Good work from Zhenya here. Mao takes a deep breath, runs on, a smile never leaving her face.
Such a happy climber. I don't think I look like that out there.
No, and this is why I just like watching it. It's not the smile. I couldn't care less if she smiles or not. It's more that she makes me excited to go climbing. You know what I mean? I see her and I'm like, yes, I want to go now to a crag.
Brings
you
some psych.
Yeah, exactly that. Right, Mao runs up into the starting position. There is a jib, you know, or something down on the right. I don't think anyone's using it. Maybe it's just, I think it's actually just the wall chipped away. Fair enough. Setters have put something new in there. Easy on the crimps from Mao. Crosses through to the right. We missed her putting the heel to hand, but I'm guessing she did. And it ended up there. But this is where things get tricky, as we know. Kicks that left foot out. How much wrestle has Mao got in her tonight? Pushing her way over. This is a real battle for her. You are head first down to the mats as well. She does slip and holds it, but not quite. Whew. That was a multi-part fall, wasn't it?
Yes, it was. A little slip, then the fall. That move requires a lot of pressing, right? A lot of your shoulder, triceps working. Something climbers don't really think to train too often.
Yes, exactly. And I kind of like that. I've seen a few things recently where an athlete's caught themselves mid-movement, and I do worry for your shoulders when that happens. But Mao, luckily, is okay. But only 35 seconds. She's going to go again here. Looked to almost put a knee bar in underneath for a sec, but chose differently. 27 seconds. I don't know if she's got enough time.
She'll put on the afterburners, hopefully.
She's going to have to. 20 seconds.
Yeah, she's moving quick.
Thing is, she can learn from it. Even if she doesn't get there, in 50 seconds, I'm not sure she will. At least she'll be able to build in that in the second 2 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, falls. I think it just was a couple of seconds too little there. Still smiling, though, but with a bit of a grimace on her face. She'll have to leave and go again in a couple of minutes.
So we'll be seeing boulder 1 and 2 and 3, maybe.
I don't, yeah, we'll have to wait and see exactly the timing on this one. This was now pressing up. She really had to rush. She actually looked pretty smooth when she was going quickly.
Very smooth. I think she has it dialed now.
I think she does, yeah. I think it was just an unfortunate slip before, but the time was really against her. Okay, so let's have a look at the scores. Genya leading the way with 60. Evangeline at 60 after that count back, of course. Then Mal with 40, so that top in a zone. Then Agat and Agnese, who haven't climbed yet, and Margarita, who still needs to climb at least to the zone of boulder number 1. So quite spread out, good separation here for the athletes. Agnese now will come on to the second boulder. I do wonder how much she's going to sacrifice in terms of skin and power for tomorrow's speed comp, you know?
I know, this was a big commitment for her prior to her main discipline.
And I wonder what the Federation would say as well. Just, by the way, you know that speed competition I went to, I happened to win the boulder. I'm sure they'd be happy.
Yeah, that'd be a fantastic thing to bring back there.
Yeah, a nightmare for the selectors at that point. What do you do? Anyway, that is in the future. First of all, she's got to get through these crimps.
Big throw.
But this is where she might start to struggle, because this really is a crimpy boulder. And look, she just hasn't been training crimps, you'd imagine, anyway.
Well, and she threw into that instead of getting her right foot high on the wall, which is interesting choice.
So now gets a toe, which will allow us to take a bit of pressure off that. She'll lose that toe really quickly, and immediately does, but saved it with the left. Oh.
3-finger dragging that hold, very in.
I think she'll enjoy getting away from these crimps. Matches heel to hand, just. No, she's away from the crimps. So from now on, it's hers to take. And matches. Wrestling here a little bit. She'll want to kick that left leg out, has to literally kick it out.
Coming in for the wrestle.
She's getting massive support from the crowd. I think the underdog giving everyone something to talk about as she falls. And I think she might leave it. I love how many speed climbers are watching this. It's kind of like, hey guys, remember us?
Well, to have a speed climber in the finals is fantastic.
Exactly. I think there's a lot of speed climbers who would like her to win this thing, but she's going to have to wait for that. She'll have to have second 2 minutes. That was the big save she made on the crimp, that 3-finger drag.
That hand-toe match looked difficult as well.
When you say 3-finger drag, what are you actually meaning when you say that, just for people who don't get it?
Your hand's kind of open and the crimp's kind of on that last little bit of your finger, and you don't have your pinky on. So that's what I would define as a 3-finger drag.
Yeah, there we go. Well, she has to go again. So, time for Margarita to play on boulder 1. She goes back, resets her 2 minutes, and this is her last chance to get a zone, and it's really important for her to at least get a zone here.
Yes, and I can imagine it's stressful knowing that everyone else has already gotten on the second problem you haven't even touched.
Yes, I get FOMO, I think. I just want to get on with it. Well, she has to focus on her own game here now. Pulls on. Has she made the adjustments? I didn't see her watching anyone, but she'll definitely have seen the video again. High left foot. Reaches over. This is where she struggled before, this flag move she did. And that's better with the foot. She's got it on the hold now, but it's slipping around.
Oh, maintains. Way to save that, yeah.
Okay, right foot on the crimp. She's at least got some points on the board now, so that's at least 10. Holds it, fighting hard, looks up above her head. Checks again. The audience want this, the crowd want this. What can she do? Palming down.
She dropped her right foot before going up there. It's an interesting choice.
And I think time is going to be against her here. The fact she's not getting up and chalking up might suggest she's done with this. I mean, she has got time to go again, but you can see the fight in her head. Do I go? Do I not?
Yeah, 30 seconds might be enough if she gets the bottom dialed.
Yeah, she's going to pull on once more, I think. She's resting though, 27 seconds. She's really leaving this last moment. Here we go. She can't make any mistakes in this moment. Up she goes, holds the sloper, kicks over, but no, I think that shoulder power's gone. So no send, but I said the zone was important. She's still in touch, it's okay. Okay, so she will leave. She will now return to the normal, rotation, just the rotation. It's funny how quickly you get used to a format.
Yeah. So it should be Agathe coming up next? Or, yes.
I think so, yes. Yes. So Agathe runs in.
She's ready, always. Full of energy, full of power. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back, Agathe.
So Agathe runs onto the mats down to the end. She is a powerful climber. She likes these steep overhangs. Fascinated to see what she deals with here.
Really, really strong.
Again, she'd be one of those I'd sort of, with Jenya, I'd say that this is one of her boulders.
And she goes for the toe hand method.
Yeah, good work on the crimps, eh? Out towards the left one.
2 fingers. To match
Two-finger
with the
drag.
heel. The 2-finger drag, yeah.
This is fast from Agathe, but we know really it's about the second half of this boulder. Look at that flexibility, though.
Oh, really gets her foot far over. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, she's toe hooking the end of that boulder. Heel hooks it, rocks it. That's awesome. Right. But she needs to get... I hope she doesn't just jump from here.
That looks almost comfortable on there.
It's a big hold, but it has to be super flexible with those hips to do this. Stands up into the position just.
Ooh, almost loses it at the top.
Oh.
Secures the flash though.
Yeah, and I hope her hamstring's all right there. She grabbed the back of her leg. This is the boulder with the spins. Now, there's a few spins along the way if the athletes choose to do it. And this spin maneuver, I can't remember when we first saw it actually. What was it? Was it Innsbruck?
I have no idea, to be honest.
I think it was Innsbruck. I probably got that highly wrong. But we first saw it, and then it's been at a lot of comps since. And I remember there being a flurry of Instagrams of everyone practicing the move, and you know.
Janja used it in a sport route as well, didn't she?
Yeah, we got put into a sport route, I think. Yeah. So it's kind of become a bit of a staple. If you can't spin on a slab, Frankie, what are you doing? What's going on? Evangelina is in touch with the podium here. She's done 2 out of 2.
That is a very blocked foot.
Horrible, isn't it?
Oh my goodness.
See, route setters, I told you. She drops back down. This is the spin. You can see she's facing the wrong way. And the reason that foot's been blocked is to force this spin, because you can't do a foot swap easily anyway.
Yes, I applaud those setters. Very nicely done.
This is the kind of spin. You can do this faster than she's doing. She's choosing to do it very statically. No problem with that.
Ooh, she's going to have to flip her heel to the other direction, it looks like.
Oh, yeah, good spot. Yeah, she's going to have to sort of, bump that over, which she does now in this position.
Oh, nicely done.
I tell you, it's taken her a whole minute to do this first move. I think that's our mics there on the wall. We can hear every movement. All right. She's only got 45 seconds, and there's another quite techie move here. Looks up, 36 seconds. That's the second of the spins.
Incredible, good precision on that.
She's on fire here tonight.
She really is.
29 seconds. Well, one move away, and it's kind of a pop to what isn't a bad crimp. It's okay up there if you can get it. And this will, I think, get her into a finals place, if she a final boulder place, I should say, if she can do this.
This is a committing move, though.
It is. She's got to hurry up. I think it's got to be a left hand, surely, and then jump. Yeah, that, and then go. 10 seconds. Come on, jump. Come on, let's go.
Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
That's incredible from Evangelina.
Gets it done. Fantastic work for the Canadian athlete. She
I almost saw a smile on that face, too.
It creeped in. Great work. Wow, well, that could be our first finalist. We'll wait to see the scores, of course, at some point, but this was that spin. I liked how calm she was, because she did take a long time on that first spin.
She did. She got herself set up very nicely.
It was a whole minute to get into position. And
she must be happy with herself, though.
I think she really would. I mean, look, I've known her for, not known her personally, but I've known of her for a while. People have been sending me messages about her, saying, watch her, she's coming, and, you know, this could be her year. Coming from 2024 in the last comp into 25.
Yeah. And 3 flashes, where some of the other athletes have fallen. Quite
impressive stuff. All right, Jenya, let's see how spinny you're feeling here as she runs on into the middle. So, full focus from Jenya. She'll want to climb on this final boulder. Ooh, but just misses the top, and that's a nasty one. I hate that feeling when you rip off a hold like that.
Yeah, and I think that puts Evangelina in the front there. Going with a double thumb.
Yeah, double thumbs up, the thundercling. Double thundercling. Right, she rotates through now. You can just see the difference. She's practiced those spins a lot in the build-up to the Olympics.
It looks like athletes want to go with their heel that way and then flip it later.
Yeah, full concentration here from Jenny. You can see like the maths ticking through her head, trying to work out the body position. All right, make sure of that left foot. Eyes up this next hold. It's a nasty one, blocked as well. Kicks in, saves it with that kick. So, eyes up the last hold now. Takes her time, jumps, gets it. Good work from Jenya.
She had more in the tank there, too. She could have jumped a full foot higher.
Oh, yes. And it's quite a scary jump that got a bit of a bad knee as well.
That is a big unwind.
Fair play to you. Oh, she slightly limps off here. She is battling this injury. She has done for a while. Well, that should be. Let's. We'll get the results in a minute after this replay, just so we can have a check of who's going to be on that last boulder. Eased her way over. Was looking good at this point. This was the unwind. Full commitment from her. Launched it, latched it, matched it. Awesome. All right, so according to this, Jenya with a 90. Even Jelly, I don't know why I can't say her name today. It's doing my head in. 90 for her as well. Agat 60, but she's got a boulder to come. So those would be our obvious top 3s. Everyone else is really going to have to fight for it, having dropped points. But Agat's certainly the favourite to take the last remaining spot, I would say. But Mao is going to have to fight hard here. She can still get big points if she tops this boulder out.
And she's jumping on number 2 again.
Yes, exactly. So we return to 2. So it's not over for Mao, but she is behind at this point. So here we go, wasting no time, running up to the first position. This is so fast from her as well. She just want to get stuck into the wrestle move at the end.
She has it memorized.
She does, doesn't she? I was watching her in quali. Her eyes were just glued to her phone watching videos like the whole way through. Trying to find the minutiae. Has she made the adjustments here now? This is good from Mao. Much, much better. Gets stood up into the final hole. Brilliant from Mao. Right, well, this is going to change the leaderboard. She's back in the fight. Okay, so Mao walks off with a strut in her step. Fantastic. Let's see what that's done to the scores, shall we? Are we going to see it? No, replay first of all. So, slap that top hold. Mentally, so good.
Yes, coming back from that first session and then just session flashing that one.
Yes. Flashing. Something like that. Making up words all over the shop. Well, let's see how it affected the scoreboard. Yes, 57 means she's right in touch with a gap, which is brilliant.
And Evangelina looks to be at the top because of that one fall from
Jenya. Yes, so that's been adjusted. So There we go. So Mao back in it, but still a little behind because of the way this is weighted. Those, although it only looks like 3 points, when you consider it's 30 for a top, it doesn't really matter, you know.
Still a very close race.
Yeah. Right, let's see if the speed climber can continue this fairy tale here as she runs on. We know crimp power might not be her strength.
This is interesting with this format of 2 rounds of 2 minutes.
Here she goes into the crimps again.
Choosing that hand-toe match.
Ooh. Holds it. Well done to hold it again, but I don't think she's got too many of those attempts in her.
That's a very powerful move.
It's a nasty crimp, that kind of sloping down, matches heel to hand. Oh, pushes in, that rubber really fighting for grip. No, she was low on the zone.
And it almost looked like she caught her finger on her heel.
Yes, how many times have you heel hooked your own fingers now?
Oh, too many, too many.
It does happen, doesn't it?
Can't even get a heel hook anymore.
It's the most annoying thing as well when you do it. You feel so stupid. Or I do anyway. Not which I'm saying she is stupid, I'm just pointing that out. But it's just one of those moves you're like, how did I manage that? And yet it happens all the time.
Yeah, it does.
All right, into position. Had she got any more crimp power? I don't know if she does, you know.
That is a very powerful move she's trying. Let's see if she tries something else or goes with it again.
I just don't think there's many ways through it. You know, I think this is the move. And you lose the toe, and no, she's done. I think have a
Great go from her, though.
Really
Incredible.
good go, yeah. And look, skin has got to be a factor in this as well, because we know how sharp the warm-up holds are. We know how sharp the quali holds were.
And all that dryness in the air.
Yeah.
I hope she has some skin for tomorrow.
Well, this is what I'm concerned about, yes. Well, we'll wait and see. So, Margarita's turn to fight on Boulder 2 again. Didn't top Boulder 1. Needs something here. But I think even if she gets it, it's going to leave her outside of that final boulder. We'll have to wait and see. Kazakhstan here. So takes their time, eyeing up this run and jump. Ooh, no, bit of a slip. I hate running on mats.
Yeah, it can be difficult.
I feel this is my personal counselling session of what I can't do in climbing currently. But it is difficult. It's like a bit like running on sand, you know. It's really awkward. You can easily mess it up.
It's true. And the setters love to put the holds just out of your jumping range.
You are one of them, so don't even begin with me. Holds the crimp, wrestles her way in. She wants a high foot. It'd be better with a high left heel, but she managed to make it work. Matches, she's moving fast.
Oh, matches!
Come on! Outrageous match.
Oh, nicely done.
She's got the human flag down, hasn't she? Yeah. It's like a signature move here. Pushes left, fights her way into the press.
She's doing quite well on this.
Oh, can she do it?
My goodness.
Yes, she can.
It is.
Well, adjustments again made in that time off between the rounds. Great work from her. So she's smiling now as she leaves, and that will tweak the leaderboard a bit. We'll have to have a look. We'll see some replays first of all.
Only 2 attempts on that one. That's very good.
Yeah, and the first one more of a slip than an attempt, wasn't it?
Going into that 3-finger drag. Matched that next white crimp, which was something we haven't seen yet.
No, we have not. Work to hands up, flick that left toe over, pressing, pressing, pressing.
See those shoulders working overtime.
Creep to hand over the top. Great from her. All right, well, another top on Boulder 2. And a Gat is coming out. So a Gat onto the mats now, turns, has a look up. Look, she's 21. She's truly new school. These spins should be second nature by now, but let's see how she does it. Right foot on, drilling the toe into the sharp point of that hold. Super smooth so far. Just a palm to steady herself into the movement. All right, oh, bobbles it. It's gonna have to flick that foot, as we know. Egyptian in order to do it, and then gets stood up. Facing the crowd. Very low on that, somehow saved it. Fighting those fingers deeper into the hole.
Quite a small crimp.
Horrible, eh? Latches the top row, super smooth from her. Well, we will see the leaderboard after that, but I think that should be enough for that final boulder.
You said new school, 20, what's the age cutoff for new school?
Older than me, my friend. I don't really know. That's a good question, actually. I don't know, what do we call really new school? Because, I mean, parkour's pretty new school, but I don't know. Maybe Olympic cycles should be new school.
Once we got three move coordination, maybe.
That's new school,
yeah,
fair enough. Someone should write a sort of a history of climbing and the age of the new school. Well, good work from Agat. Let's check this leaderboard then. So, Agat on top with 90. Evangela, oh my goodness, I can't say her name. And 90 as well in second place. Jenya in third with 89. That should be our top three, I think. But Mao, can she mathematically do it? I don't think so, no.
No.
So that's going to be our top three then. Evangelina, come on, man. I don't know why. My brain is melted in the desert. Please send help. Mao is coming.
After all the most difficult names.
I know, right? All right, so here we go.
Excited to see Mao on this one.
Yes, and regardless of whether it's possible or not, she will enjoy climbing because the setting here is world-class setting with world-class setters. It's such a good experience for everyone. And also for the Japanese team, as I always say, just that chance to sort of show the selectors, because next year, especially with the rule change, it's going to be a real fight for athletes to get in. So rotates beautifully through. Nice work from her.
Wow, if you look at the angle of her feet, they're almost pointing behind her in that like horse stance.
Yeah, you're right.
Incredible.
Really good ankle flexibility. This jump is blind though. Agat nearly fails. She doesn't. All right, Mao's a jump away from the top of this thing. Up she goes. Misses it by quite a way eventually. Just dropped out of her shot like a stone.
But we know that once she gets something dialed, she has it, so.
Good point. Yeah, very good point. 1 minute left, more than enough time. This first move was just silky smooth. Pushed underneath, gets nice and low with the center of gravity, drops into it. Yeah, you're right, look at those heels, wow.
I don't have that flexibility, but wow.
I didn't know it was a thing, to be honest with you. I've got to start stretching my ankles down. Right, onto the crimps. Eyes up the last hold, and again low on this.
30 seconds, going again.
Oh, she keeps going. I think it might have been smart to perhaps not climb, to be honest, with 20 seconds, but we'll see. 18 seconds. Maybe she's got time. Come on, 14, 12. Can we see a buzzer beater? Starts to flick. Up she goes, but no. Just lacking a bit of drive and power at the end.
Yeah. That leg power is really helpful.
It is, yeah, and we're seeing more and more of that in climbing competitions. You know, athletes need it.
Those speed climbers might have a good chance on that last move. Yeah.
Very good point, yeah.
Yeah, look at the angle on those ankles. Oh my goodness.
That's just disgusting.
I would break.
I'm breaking watching it. Yeah, just a couple of inches short on it.
Fingertips.
Yeah, and a bit of a shake of her head as well. Interesting stuff then as we reset here.
I think she knows she can get it.
Yeah, I mean, without a doubt, she's so confident in her own abilities. All right, Agnese waits in the wings. Let's see. If she can do the spin move, I think you're right. I would back her to do this jump at the top. So here we go again. Let's see what this boulder has in store for us. Up she goes, that right foot digging in. But this spin, again, it's just not something as a speed climber that you're going to practice very often, I would imagine.
360s up the speed wall.
Yeah, I mean, now I want to see that, obviously, but...
I just want to see the dual techs, no techs.
There's many things we suggested, frankly, tonight here, which we'll see if they listen. They should, we're experts. But she's done the spin really well. Well done, right. Toe down. She's turning, she's still got to flick that toe, though, to face the opposite way somehow. She'll get a palm in to try to do that. Now does, great. Eyeing up this jump now. Kind of blind around the corner, you've got to spin into it. Oh, nearly fell, bit of a wobble. Up she comes, yes, right. Let's see now, are you a genius at predicting things here? Can she get this jump? She's certainly got the height for it. Actually, we know she's got the power for it. Just, oh.
Beautifully done.
I ran out of words, I just went, but that was amazing.
By her fingertips.
Literal fingertips, eh? Yeah. Brilliant stuff from her. And the crowd enjoying it as well. That's her speed climbing peeps. This was the spin around. Drop down, put that left foot up, back into the position the mouse started in, remember?
Wow, really has to reel that back in.
Yeah. She's got some finger strength to pull on, clearly, look at that. Good prediction as well, though, well done. Well called. There we go, she leaves the stage. Right, it's not long to go now. Margarita's turn. Coming off the back of that fantastic boulder 2 that she got done on her second 2-minute slot.
That was really very impressive.
So it was. Well, the lights go green. You can see the clocks there on the screen, so the athletes keep an eye on it as well. Figuring this out now. Tense stuff as the DJ just ramps up that tension in the atmosphere.
This will run and jump to start this problem number 3.
Right toe in, starts the turn. Real smooth work, although she needs to find the jib, not the sloper. Creeps it down, inches to go. Makes contact.
Ballerina on that one, just the tip.
She's gonna have to work her way of turning it still. Does, there we go. I really want to try this boulder. it's going to be up tomorrow.
I don't think I have a chance on that thing.
No, my ankles just don't do that. Up she comes, but she was low.
Oh, she hits her head.
I don't know where she hit her head. Or shoulder, I think she hits, actually, yeah.
You are quite close to the wall.
I guess so, yeah. I mean, you've got to remember, it is overhanging that a little bit as well, so yes.
15 degrees, I think. Yeah.
And it's easy to forget that from that front camera angle, makes it look flat. Let's have a look and see if we can see it. No, this is the finger. She'd hit it just before that. Yeah, definitely that shoulder pushed her off the wall. She goes again, 35 seconds, not a lot of time here. And it took her quite a long time to make this spin. Dances the feet down. She's just looking to slide it into position, but she's not in a best. Oh, well, there we go, fair enough.
Some new beta.
No, 14 seconds. She's going to get timed out here.
It's the zone.
6, maybe not. She's going to have to fly in, though. Started to rush at the very end, as she had to rush in, 4 seconds left. Wow, she will go again.
I think she found her beta through that, though. Next time around, getting to the jump should be within her ability.
Yeah, exactly. Well, drops that foot down onto the hold. Oh, really popped off it. And I wonder if this is the shoulder attempt. No, this is when she got it, but the time was against her. Watch the feet, right foot goes, but I think it was more the clock that made her slip than anything else. Okay, so time for Mal to go again then. Margarita will be back trying to take a breather in her time. Mal takes a big breath, runs onto the stage. Now, she has to work on the jump here. Had the spin down with that crazy ankle flexibility, but it was the jump that she struggled with. So this is as smooth as we'd expect it to be.
You can see after some tries, this is way more efficient to go to this position.
Into the yellow hold.
She makes it look so easy.
That's right, eyeing up the top. She's so good. Look at that. She's amazed by her. She's brilliant at making those adjustments in the 2 minutes. Awesome stuff. I mean, she was as shocked as everyone was.
She got it handily, though.
Yeah, so she gained a foot in jump. Unbelievable. I'm going to have to see a replay of that to work out how it happened. Right, let's see. So she came in here, all good. I was setting myself up to prepare you for another go. And look at that, easy. Look at her face afterwards. Like, wow.
She was very surprised by that.
See,
that was awesome.
That's why she makes me excited to climb, is that feeling, you know. I want to go and have that feeling. Brilliant stuff. Well, I think we're going to check the leaderboard just to make sure of things here, just to make sure nothing has changed from what we thought it was going to be. Yes, so Mal is close but not quite in that top 3, and Margarita will climb again, but she can't make it. So we know our final 3 then. It'll be Genya, Evangelina and Agat to fight it out on the last boulder. Exciting stuff for the podium spots here. But what a fight from Mal. Impressive from her. So Margarita is ready now. This is going to be not for a podium place, but for positioning for sure. Let's see.
For the send.
For the send. I like that. Good way to describe it. Yes, it is athlete against the wall at the end of the day. Sort of. I mean, you want to beat each other, right, as well?
A little bit of both.
A little bit of both. Beat the wall and beat your fellow athlete. Let's have it all. Up she goes into the starting position. Let's see if she hasn't had a lot of time to make those adjustments. Mal had longer to think about it.
I like her beta through here. Looks very nice.
Come on, come on.
All right, spinning in. Finds the right foot just about, brings the left in. Right. Now, last time she had to rush, she doesn't have to this time. Oh, but she's low on the jump.
Looked like a little bit of leg power on that one.
Yeah. Oh, the chalk bag has gone off, though, so it's business time.
A little bit lighter.
Exactly. All right, so here we go. What could be her last attempt here with a minute to go? You see the scrape. I think that's where she bashed that shoulder into the wall. Into position then, right foot on.
You know, it's the same with the Boulder Bros, right? Yeah, when you want to send, you take your shirt off.
Yes,
yeah.
I've been criticised for that, frankly. I keep pointing out to people it's the extra 10%, but no one will believe me. Up she goes, here we go. Has she found some more power in those legs? Drive her way towards the last hold. Sets herself, no, not this time.
Close. She may have time. She jumps on.
She may. Has she got the motivation, though? She thought about it. Yeah, she does want to go again. Let's see how close she was here. Great angle here. Not bad. An inch off it. But 12 seconds, no. Time is against her here.
Oh, she's moving.
She has to. 8 seconds. No. Okay, well, fair play, Margarita. What a fight you did throughout that final. Loved it. Yeah. To play for on Boulder 4, as we know. It's a fight to the top of the podium here.
Are you ready now to make some noise?
Agnesi's going to come out. I'm sorry, being told I said 3. All right. Top. Sorry, I've been told 5 are going through onto this last one.
Okay, same as the men then.
Same as the men, yeah, exactly. So there we go. So we will see 5. Fair enough. Gives us more climbing time. So, up towards the sloper. Misses the jug, so a lot to play for here. So that means Mao is easily in the running then for this one as well. So don't count anyone out at this stage.
Looks like you have to keep that momentum through that move, but that hold is very slopey.
Yes, it is indeed. Super hard hit. All right, so looks up, flies right, hits left. And the setters in a video made this just look like one fluid movement, but you've really got to pull on it.
Probably tried it very many times to make it look that fluid.
Yes, exactly. All right, well, Agnesi going again, back to this starting crimp hold, up towards the left.
Ooh, just touching it with her left hand, almost getting it.
Yeah, she's coming close.
Already down to 30 seconds. It's incredible how quickly that timer moves.
It does go quickly, doesn't it? Right, left. Missed the jug, though, with that left hand. Agnesi having to dig really deep here on this final boulder. Back into the starting position, holds this crimp. This slope is a nasty hold. It's angled down. And yeah, frustration from her. She doesn't have any answers at this stage. She'll go again just to sort of test it out, which is smart.
Wow, difficult first move on this problem.
Yes, it was. Well, this is meant to be the tester, and you can see the athletes gathering. They'll watch each other on this final boulder now.
And look who we have now on stage, ladies and gentlemen. Our brusher, please round of applause for the volunteers.
So the brushers just getting a round of applause, as they should. Been doing sterling work here in the desert. Okay, next up, Mao. She's in touch in terms of points here. That last jump was pretty important. Can she put it all together for this last climb?
Yeah, the leg power will be very important on this move.
Yeah. Yeah, and we saw that she has got it in her to do those kind of jumps, so she just needs to make everything click right now. Into the starting hold. Hits the crimp. A little adjustment there with the right foot. Flows the right. It's a big move, that.
It's very big. Getting that right foot up higher on that hold, that looked promising.
Yes, it did. Well, she stands under what really is an enormous, very impressive boulder here. Try the match.
Little paddle through there.
Fascinating stuff. We saw for the men yesterday, it took everyone quite a few attempts to get the last boulder done. It really stepped up in difficulty here as well.
That was a show, that last one.
Yes, it was. That's close.
Almost hitting that hold.
Maybe the paddle will work.
That was close.
Put some liquid chalk on. Time ticking towards the 1 minute mark, though.
Alima, 1 minute left.
So, hits the left hand, throws into the pocket, slaps left, but misses the jug.
Still has time for one more attempt.
Yeah, at least one more. I mean, look, we've seen Mal do this quite a few times in this comp already. This sort of learn it, go away, think about it, and then execute. That's much closer.
One and in, but she cannot be rewarded.
You can see the other athletes watching, learning, trying to get some tips here.
Come on, Mao, come on, NEOM. Yalla, yalla. Okay, 20 seconds.
All right,
left.
with 20 seconds, I think she's going to keep on going here. Jenya's waiting in the background. That's backstage, preparing herself for her round.
I don't know if it's a good strategy or not, but I'm not climbing. I'm just watching
And I
this.
think Mao might be done
Always
now. Yes, so
surprise,
she's going to go to the edge of the mats and watch.
She would have another
Must be
round
tired
of
from that
minutes.
many attempts. That was quite a few.
Yeah, exactly. She really kept flinging herself at that boulder. Her skin is going to be going, but she won't care on the final climb, of course.
No speed climbing tomorrow.
No speed climb. We never know. I mean, hey, we've had speed climbers boulder. Let's have some boulder speed climbing. Another great suggestion from us in the commentary box, I think.
Well, they'll be asking for the commentators next.
Yes, well, I mean, look, if they want me to do it, I can embarrass myself on TV, absolutely.
Ladies and
What's your best time on the speed wall, Matt?
You know, someone asked me this the other day, and I honestly can't remember. I did it with Will Bosey way back when he was training for the Olympics. I think it was like 17 seconds.
That's not bad.
It's all, cause look,
very
you're
good.
going to never do it. It's all right, but it's still pretty rubbish. It's hard. So, Jenya with 89 points in the running here for a podium spot. Comes up into the sloper, hits the left. Closer on her first attempt. Such an interesting boulder, this. It's really, and there's, of course, a big move to a block crimp to come once you've got that, Joe.
It'll be a showstopper once they hit it.
Yeah, the crowd's going to go crazy for it. And there's quite a big crowd here in the audience tonight. There's some local Saudi climbers who have come in from the area. And, of course, everyone else from the camp has come. You might as well. There's not much else to do.
No.
Especially when there's a comp this good right next to your tent.
Why not?
So
and you can see just how slopey that is just from her brushing it.
Yeah, exactly.
Goodness.
Yeah, the angle of it. So having a think here. Minute on the clock. No one getting close so far.
Come on now, let's go again with Jenya, winner and finalist.
Paddling like Mao on that attempt.
Exactly. Maybe Mao's way. I think Mao will be sitting there sort of feeling justified for that move on the side. You know, thinking like, maybe this is the way. I'm going to go again.
The closest we've seen.
So Jenya goes up again. Hits the crimp. Looks around the corner. Nearly stopped and then sort of carried on continuing, but really took the pace out of it, which I think is actually quite smart.
Yeah, tried to slow it down.
Yeah, and then regenerate the momentum into the next one. 14 seconds. This will be more of a sighter for her. She won't have time to top it, so she will go again later. Closer. And disappointment from her, slapping the mats. She has to go to the edge as well. The athletes are really going to keep us waiting on this one. Bit of a nail-biting finish.
I wonder if they're talking about the beta over there on the side.
So Jenya will go and sit on the pads here. This was Jenya having a look, flinging around, missing that left hand.
One of the youngest at the start of this competition. She's only 18 years
Yeah, so probably the closest attempt we've seen.
Come on, guys. Shani needs you as well, guys. Come on, come on.
Evangelina is up next. She's been super impressive so far. Let's see if she can do it. Yeah, you've got to say there was definitely some nerves at the start, but boy, she warmed up and into this competition.
She has.
That gold chalk bag, can she make it a gold medal? If she sends this now, it is going to put a frightener on all the other athletes, I tell you.
That is the truth.
So here we go. Oh, wow.
Oh,
Hello.
that's quite a toe hook.
That really is. I would have loved it if that had worked as well. Can you imagine? What do you do with the rest of the athletes? If it's over, do you go try it? Maybe. Maybe Mal's sitting there thinking, I'm going to toe hook that.
Yeah.
That's mine.
You'd have to be an expert in toe hooks for that move.
Oh, you would. Well, Agat is waiting, the final athlete on that boulder. Little smile to our camera here. She's trying to dry that liquid chalk. Evangelina comes back on. Fires out. Yeah, I just think there's only one way to do this. You know, it's that.
Yeah. Everyone's looking about the same on this boulder.
Yeah, no one rising up yet. Right, finds the right foot. Right, left. Left foot just...
I think she has that power. She has that.
I agree. I think she just needs to snap that left hand in, and she could be good here. Jenya's looking focused over. Mao, I think Mao's still looking at her phone. Looking at those beta videos. Right, now she looks like she's kind of slightly overthought this at this point, or maybe needs to rest a little. Evangelina checks the clock, 23 seconds, enough time. Yeah, I'm impressed that she slowed herself down here. Went for the paddle method.
Looked like she stalled enough on that. Ooh, just got to move that hand over quickly.
Okay, so no go. One final athlete. Can Agathe step up to the mark now? Angelina will run over to the edge, join the others on the beanbags. Let's see how that is a terrible hold. Great angle to show how awful it is. Real slopey thing.
It's a skin stealer.
Yes. All right, well, one final athlete. Agathe out next. We saw her warming up. We saw her getting ready. I can just see her in the background there. She steps into the lights now. Agathe is on. I know Manu's down in the coaches area. I keep hearing his voice shouting up. So here we go. 1 minute 52 on the clock for Agathe. Commits to this right foot. Oh, that was close. Oh. That really was close.
Closest we've seen. I think she has that next try.
Yes.
It's not over after that, though.
No, exactly. Everyone else got their 2 minutes to come. Oh. You know it's close when you have a fall like that, because your fingers have held right to the very last second. It just snaps you down. Oh, another nasty fall. I hope she's all right there. It's got to be really close. I don't know how you climbers do it, but you always seem to land not in your faces, which amazes me.
I don't know. I've seen a few face landings.
Agnesia gets herself ready. Jumper off as she gets prepared with a minute to go. There goes Agathe. She's had 2 close attempts. Can she make it this time? No, and maybe nerves kicking in terms of the big fall there, and not enjoying her left wrist.
You have so much momentum from that movement. You kind of go completely sideways, Supermaning that move.
Yeah, great description. So here we go. What might be her final time before she rests that wrist a little. Different method, really not. I think it might be skin more than wrist, maybe. I think she slid down the lip of that left hold.
Yeah, if you've ever climbed on such textured holds, you'll know how tender your fingers get.
Oh, yeah. That's sandpaper. She's getting further away here. Right, I think Agathe needs to reset. No, forget that. She'll go again. That's interesting as a decision. That was closer, though. Maybe she has learned something. Okay, well, she walks back, collects her chalk. Agnesia is waiting on the left.
Closest person to come to that move.
Easily, eh?
I think after a rest, she might be able to pull it out.
Yeah, she keeps looking at that skin, though. Yeah, I definitely think it was skin, so I wonder if she tapes it. What she's going to do here. Well, she goes and has a sit down and a bit of a rest. And we reset and go again. Last rotation on the final boulder. This is, remember, to decide podium places here. Agnesia has been waiting for quite a while without that jumper on, hopefully not getting too cold as she runs on now. So, final 2 minutes for our speed climber turned boulderer here today. 2 tops, 1 zone on her way to 69 points. She's going for this paddle method.
Yeah, it looks like both methods have gotten people pretty close to that hold.
Yes, exactly. 1 minute 32 left on the clock here. What can she find? She's just going to unlock something. Something a little bit different out there on the mats. As you can see at the bottom right, this is run 2 of 2. Her final chance here. Not getting any closer. And as every athlete has, looking at that skin that's gradually being left on the wall.
My skin's bleeding from looking at that hold.
Up she goes again.
Oh, very close on that move.
She looks exhausted, though. There's some really physical boulders in this set.
This is your moment right now, guys.
Genya keeping warm. She'll be up soon. Mao, though, is ready to go. Looks like she's just to go now, straight away. Doesn't want to wait. Agnese pulls on, eyes locked on the sloper. Much better, but still can't quite get it.
I like that the climbers can sit with each other and look at the problems as they work them together. Kind of brings that community vibe back into the competition.
Yeah, exactly. Well, she goes, not getting it done this time. That was how close, though. That right slope was super nasty. No one getting close, apart from Agat, who then started to go backwards after those first two goes. Mao is waiting. She stood up. She has a look, waiting for her face to appear on that giant wall. That's got to be such a weird feeling, eh? So, here we go. Mao's final time. Brings the right foot up into the crimp.
Ooh, coming very close with that paddle method.
Her ability to learn is incredible. There is Sota Amagasa, who was competing last night, filming everything, cheering along.
He was bopping to that music.
Yes, he was. All right, so Mao will put some chalk on. I would imagine she won't give it too many goes this. I think it's way more sapping of strength than it looks. Sota's being encouraged by the MC there to cheer louder at the bottom. Mao goes with a paddle, not quite.
Very close.
All right, so the brushing comes into play as we hit the 1 minute mark, making sure everything is clean now.
They were brushing right up until the last second on that one.
Yeah, exactly. Got to clean that off. 40 seconds, everyone. So much encouragement from the crowd here. It's great to see. Right, last chance, Mao. 22 seconds on the clock. No, has she called it? Not yet. You can see the face of Genya there. It says it all, really. No, Mao is done. She says goodbye, but what a performance throughout this competition from her. Her ability to come back in the second 2 minutes was brilliant.
She took us on a roller coaster this comp.
Exactly that. Thank you, Mao. You've caused me a few heart attacks along the way, but she's happy, whatever. I think she's saying, go on, Genya, to Genya. So, game time for Genya. She refocuses on the wall now after that smile.
Now you're ready to welcome our third athletes ready to fight in problem 4.
So Mao quickly runs back over there. All right, let's have a look at the leaderboard because things have changed around just a little bit here. So Agat now on 90 still. Evangelina in second still with 90. Genya 89. Mao on 84. Agnese on 69. And Margarita out, but on 45. So that's our top 5. Top 3, they're all about to climb. So it's going to be fascinating now. It really is a straight fight between these final 3. Exciting stuff. Here comes Genya then. Whoever can do the best here, whoever can get a top.
And a zone might actually make a difference here.
Exactly, yeah. Just points might bring you up to the top spot. So don't look away for a second if you're watching at home. This is vital stuff. Genya getting encouraged. Oh, close. You can hear the sound as she hit that left hand.
Skin. That's the sound of skin.
Yes, but it's the sound of almost success as well.
True, true.
Oh, she's close. So Genya with her game face on, blows that excess chalk off her fingers, looks up, hits the crimp. Flies into the zone, that was better. And a little punch of the ground in frustration. Agat is just trying to figure out, you can see the calculations going on. She's the closest still.
Yeah, she locked that twice.
Deep breaths for Genya now. The defending champion wants another gold medal here. That was much better. She was really far on the right-hand side of that pocket.
She was. It's looking more powerful, a little bit more flowy on that move.
Yeah. And Angelina knows. I mean, I think we're locked in for our top three, aren't we? So those three all got medals, so I think the smile's coming out here. Genya wants a gold one, though, and a much bigger fall, and that is a nasty one. She committed everything to that. Hit with a thwack down onto the pads. And no, I think it has unsettled her a little bit, that fall. And no, she's going to give it up on that one. 10 seconds, gave it everything on the penultimate go. So she will leave. And off she goes. All right. Well, we'll have to wait and see now. That was the hard fall she had before resetting things.
Okay, we still have 2 climbers to fight for this last problem.
So, Evangelina runs on. Her final chance.
But she's secured a second place.
Yes.
As of this moment.
All right, flicks that hand over to the left.
So she's fighting for a gold here.
Exactly that. Can she make it a gold? Wow. 18 years old. Battling in a finals. This is a big moment for her.
I don't have a gold.
Me neither. Me neither.
Trying some different beta there, matching on the left hand, popping out with the right.
All right, going again. She's got plenty of time. 1 minute 20 to get this boulder done. Hits the left crimp.
Ooh, looking very good on that attempt.
Exactly. All right, looks right. Looks at the scoreboard. 57 seconds on the clock. Hits the crimp. Someone get this done. Come on, no, going backwards now. Such an awkward angle. You're jumping through an overhang. You're getting pushed back all the time. It's blind and it's a slopey hold. We've got a lot to deal with.
Yeah, your momentum kind of carries you out, but you have to be traveling sideways too.
Yes. Defying physics, basically. That's all we've got to do, the easy stuff. Shaking the hand here. 30 seconds on the clock for her competition. Sloper misses and not finding a solution at the moment. Agat is getting herself ready. Liquid chalk being dried. She's hyped for this, you can see. That's better, but 10 seconds is not going to be enough time. Maybe she could get a zone, possibly, but I don't think so. No, okay. 2-1, she's going right to the very end. The buzzer goes, no go. Frustration, but a medal, and that is a massive achievement for her as she runs off towards the edge. Looking down at her skin, as everyone has done. Fist bumps there from Mao.
You can tell she's psyched.
She should be. What a performance here tonight.
Happy to have this second place of this ranking. But if you want to see this problem solved, guys, this is our very last chance. Are you ready, Neom?
All right, well, Agat, I'm being told by the voice in my ears, has taken this competition. This is a victory lap for her. She will walk away with the gold medal. And let's see what she could do on this boulder. I would love to see a top. I'd love to see a zone, and she's more than capable of this.
she hit it twice decently on her first session, so let's see what she can do.
Exactly. All right, so our gold medalist is going to put on a victory lap, hopefully for us here. Getting herself set. Yes!
Oh,
yes,
there it is. It's
Oh, I thought she'd lost it at the very last moment here. Right, let's refocus. She's still got a block crimp, hits it on full extension, gets the right hand up. She's going to find the top. What a way to finish things off and cement that gold medal. Way out in front is Agathe Calais winning here at NEOM. And we're going to give it away because that is a double for France. Manu Cornu taking gold last night. Agathe taking gold tonight. I think she's looking for Manu out in the crowd somewhere. Team France, once again, just showing the world what they're made of. Awesome stuff.
Wow, I think you were about to have suspense.
Big hug from Mao. And interviews to come. A reminder of the leaderboards. Agathe 114 leads the way over Evangelina in second with 90, and then just 1 point behind Jenya Kazbekova in 89. Mao.
The gold medalist
Team
and
France
winner of the
taking
NEOM
home
IFSC Masters
more medals from NEOM.
2024. Representing France, Agathe Calais.
Agathe with a gold medal here tonight. So, national anthem time here this evening.